XM202.
Of the morning, while the city sleeps, an uncommon band of heroes unites to fight the forces of evil.
The Opie Anthony Show.
Oh, my sweet Jesus.
With
I want to be known as notorious. No.
Ack.
Everyone is always in my way.
Oh, you really are deluded.
And B-Cup.
Kind of fat-breasted and awful.
And surrounded by dullards.
Ben looks like poorly spliced film. Oh, it's hilarious. Whenever Steve yawns, it looks like the back of the Batmobile and it accelerates.
Pocketosis. Eric, you're not going to cry.
Shut up.
And armed with superhuman powers.
He pulls his pants down and just starts leaking into someone's garbage can.
That's rule one.
How about if he gives you the old chin tap with his helmet?
That's all right with me.
They are living among us. Average citizens, average heroes, quietly and anonymously continuing to make the world a better place.
Controversial talkers Opie and Anthony.
We are just dicks. You better just sit back and watch.
Yeah. Wait, what?
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Oh. But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Did you see that jerk?
I'm scared of you, sir, and I'm protecting myself.
Yeah.
Official, tear down this wall.
You're a phony! Hey, this guy's a great big phony! Hey, you're a great big phony, you know that? That's right, you're a big fat phony!
Oh, ow! Anyway, I don't play it. Ow! Oh!
Shut your bleeding hole! Shut your filthy hole, you son!
It's the Opie and Anthony Show on XM. Good morning, everybody.
Hi.
It's the O&A virus spreading across America, and the virus hit Orlando, Florida, big time yesterday, huh, Anthony?
How are you? Oh, yeah. Bunch of pests. we entertain a bunch of pests and nuisance.
Oh, yeah. We're going to get right into it today. Our listeners had a lot of fun.
They're just relentless. They're hysterically funny, and they're assholes.
Thank God there are fans. Thank God, because I wouldn't want to deal with them.
Oh, what a nuisance. Imagine you're just trying to do your radio show, and these agitators are just calling up and making all kinds of inside jokes about the Opie and Anthony Show. Oh, you think you have a good caller on the line, you're having a conversation, and you got to find out the call is from Ben's Hog or something. It's just horrible. What a bunch of pests.
I've never heard an assault before, and I was online listening to this awful show online yesterday, and I was laughing really, really hard.
Oh, we made his show very funny yesterday. Very funny. Yeah, we called in an assault yesterday, and it worked great.
Oh, on two fronts. On the air, on his radio show. And then there was another front, the message board. There was a message board that got pummeled, and I have up here a few of the names of people that were...
He has a message. I couldn't even get on it yesterday. I must have smashed him.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was very busy with people like Chester's Liver was writing in. Of course, Lil Connor Peterson. And look, a couple of posts from Golden Buns. And the subject here is Monster Rain, and it's from Ben's Licious Hog.
Ben's Licious Hog.
Ben's Licious Hog. Flaming Steve had a few comments, as did Wine and Jabalog. And then a couple of posts from just Munaki. I don't know what that could possibly mean, but Munaki checking in. The names, fucking hysterical. They're out of their minds. Just pests. I can't think of another word. You are pests.
But we love you.
God, that was
Of course.
But, well, of course, it all started yesterday. This guy, Shannon Burke, took a couple shots at us.
Yeah.
Pretty much trying to tell his audience that we were failures at XM and stuff, and that's why we're, I don't know, being taken off the premium channel, or that's why we... What was he trying to say? I don't even know.
They were saying that they took his show off of XM.
Right.
Because they're trying to make the entire platform boring so that people will be forced to subscribe to our show, is what I believe he was trying to say.
It was
That's a pretty roundabout way to...
So is that a backhanded compliment in a way?
No, not at all.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
No, he's saying we suck so much that they have to eliminate anything even remotely entertaining on the rest of the platform to get people to subscribe.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
And then he said that we're pretty much failures. It hasn't worked since moving to XM, and we don't have many listeners. So we called in an attack, and we showed him how many listeners we really do have.
Hysterical. I don't think a legitimate caller got through. They get through as retarded phone screeners with their stupid, pesty stories.
But they're really good, though, because a few of them
great.
I actually thought were legitimate, and then you hear O&A Forever. I'm like, Jesus, that was a good one.
Oh, they nailed them.
Yeah, everyone did a great job last night, or all day yesterday, I guess.
I think it was like 10 in the morning. I think he does middays.
Yeah.
Which is always the sign of a powerhouse radio program.
Oh, of course.
Doing middays in Orlando.
Midday slot.
You really shouldn't mess with this program. You really shouldn't at this point. I mean, we got all sorts of systems set up. The listeners are ready to attack at any given moment.
The message board had, it was page upon page upon page of posts coordinating the attack, congratulating people that have gotten through. It's a whole multimedia event. For the guys on Whackbag.
Shannon Burke should realize that Howard Stern doesn't even mess with us. Howard doesn't even have the balls to mess with us. So why are you messing with us? Are you insane?
Eesh. Completely unprovoked. Nobody had ever badmouthed the guy from the show.
No. We didn't even know who he was.
Exactly.
And after today, he'll go back into obscurity.
Never heard
That's
of
the
him.
beauty of what we do. Oh, yeah, we'll give you some attention, and then we will move on with our radio show, and you're just left in obscurity. So you're a star for a day on our program. Congratulations. And then we move on, because that's what we do, right? And how stupid is this guy that, it's obvious we're getting off the premium channel, which is huge, exciting news for the Opie and Anthony program. Yeah. That means we're going to have to start building this channel.
Yep.
Going to be adding some shows.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we're not going to be adding Shannon Burke's show to our channel, huh?
Oh. Ugh. Yeah, that consideration goes out the window.
No problem.
Would have been nice, huh?
Yeah.
Pretty nice slot, pretty cozy slot. Sliding in on our channel.
Yeah, we have a say in who's going to join this channel, and it's not going to be Shannon Burke.
Of course not.
So if XM's going to bring your show back, well, have fun with that.
Uh-huh.
But you're not going to get our support whatsoever.
No.
Anyway, he was trying to do a show yesterday, and
trying.
Oh my
trying
God.
His best. Just the nudges. You're a bunch of nudges. I love them.
I have 12 calls from the listeners.
Yeah.
And I think this is only half of them.
Yeah.
It happened all day long. All day long.
It didn't stop.
And he didn't know how to use the dump button, so there's cursing going on and all sorts of stuff.
Curses went out. He's trying to dump out, but then the online feed, it was very funny. Very funny.
Well, let's start with this call.
Jim in Clearwater. Jim, you're on Real Radio.
Yeah, I had testicular cancer.
Yeah?
I right now have one testicle.
Yeah? Can't they put a fake one in there?
No.
Yeah, they can.
Well, the thing is, they call me Little Connor because they say only one nut is dropped. It's kind of a joke about Connor Peterson now. A little baby joke. And you're a fucking tool bag, and O&A are going to...
O&A. Oh.
He was swearing like he had two names.
Yeah. Way to go.
That's all he has to say after that. O&A. Yeah.
He's getting into the call.
Way to go.
Lil Connor. They call him Lil Connor.
Not addressing what just happened. Typical radio fraud.
Yeah.
Just pretend it didn't happen. Move right along. The O&A call didn't come in. Get back to the show with my natural voice.
And you just know he's right there. He's annoyed.
Sure he is.
He is annoyed.
Well, dude, we got to be careful because I understand a lot of Shannon Burke fans may be calling into this program this morning.
Uh-oh. Hey, everybody in that room over there, make sure you screen properly. We don't want Shannon Burke calls getting through. Ooh.
Let's batten down the hatches. Let's all get ready.
I know.
Hey, guys, love the show. Jimmy, love you. Shannon Burke has faggot tattoos. Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm supposed to. Forget it.
So that was just the beginning. Here's another one.
Yeesh. Here's Ricky. Ricky, go ahead.
Hey, Shannon, how you doing?
Good, man.
Doing good.
Ricky,
I don't know if you saw this.
Yep.
Ricky the intern. Already he's in there with a little funny little name.
Yeah, you got to be a faithful listener. Well, we'll explain some of these. Little Connor obviously is self-explanatory, but Ricky is our intern. Ricky
screwed up the order yesterday and every day.
Who's being played by Sex Bagel?
Oh, is that Sex Bagel doing this call? Wow.
It's Eric,
Eric,
one of our producers here.
Yeesh. Here's Ricky. Ricky, go ahead.
Hey, Shannon, how you doing?
Good, man.
Doing good. I don't know if you saw this news piece that Channel 2 was running in Orlando about sexual predators found in the state nursing homes.
No.
That some of these older guys that they didn't realize were sexual predators were being left unattended in nursing homes with people's grandmothers and all that, and they're assaulting 77-year-old women and whatnot.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's horrible. And, I have a grandmother in a nursing home, and I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was like, do you really think this is happening? I'm like, kind of, yeah. But how does that make you feel knowing that, O&A are doing...
Guys, nobody understands what a dump button is, apparently not.
What's the deal?
Idiots.
Yeah, wow, good comeback. Where's the dump button? Stupid. How about addressing what went on?
Yeah.
How about telling your listeners, hey, I shot my mouth off at guys that had never badmouthed me or heard of me, and now their callers are assaulting me, and I'm doing nothing but dumping out of it and going back to my fucking cornball show.
Now it seems I can't do a program today and take phone calls because Opie and Anthony fans are ruining my show.
Yeah, and the guy's just hiding behind the dump button.
Yeah.
You know, if you're supposed to be this brilliant talk show host, then go with it,
Let
man.
it fly and go with it.
Let it fly. We've always let it fly.
Other people want to call this show and mention other radio names? Go ahead.
Yeah, it's happened before.
We'll tell you when they're on, what channel, listen to them. Go ahead, go listen to them, because most of them stink.
Like Shannon Burke.
Yeah,
you stink.
We don't panic and go, oh, my God, where's the dump button? Doesn't anyone know where the dump button is and what it's about? Huh?
You know why you need a dump button on that show? Because it's shit. It's corny. The only funny part of that was the O&A listeners calling in and assaulting you.
That's it.
Dull fraud.
I got to call Eric out. He was trying to do your bit, and you didn't
failed miserably.
Yeah, you didn't do it too well.
Failed miserably.
I got to defend Hawk because he did just kind of say it, and it was like, that's kind of a weird one. Like, you know, especially with a fraud that guy is, he never would have just went with an honest reaction. He just would have plowed right into something.
I don't know. He kind of screwed. You just sounded like a nervous caller. You know?
Well, here's Amanda.
Ooh.
A girl would be, you know, the least likely suspect to be doing something.
Amanda's
like
great. Listen to
really
this one.
Here's Amanda in Fort Lauderdale. Amanda, how are you?
Hey, what's up, Shannon?
How are you? What's going on?
Great. I'm calling to defend Girth, actually.
You're defending Girth.
Yeah, it really, I mean, I don't know what these women are talking about. It's really not the size that matters. My boyfriend that I'm currently dating just has a really thick penis, and we were making love at Fort Lauderdale at the Improv from March 24th to 26th, and it was pretty much just the best sex I've ever had in my life.
Thank you. I don't understand what that was.
It was a plug.
Plug for her boyfriend's a comic or something?
Yeah. He has the comedy penis.
Why is he laughing at that?
I don't
That's
know.
Not funny.
Comedy penis.
That's terrific. That's terrific.
Obviously, Jim Norton is playing down there.
You bet I am at the Improv, and I want to thank beautiful Amanda for that fantastic plug.
That was a very good plug.
Oh, you bet it was. I didn't even know I was there those days until I heard that. Fantastic job.
She blindsided him with that one.
All right, we have the next one. It's Jesse calling in.
Here's Jesse in New Smyrna. Jesse, how are you?
Hey, how you doing, Shannon?
Good.
I'm down in New Smyrna right now, down here for Bike Week. I heard you talking about that earlier. Second time I was down there last year with my friend Ben. We went to a couple hot spots, white T-shirt contest, stuff like that.
Right.
Ladies up there, herking.
Cabbage Patch. Yeah.
Did you catch that? Ladies and ladies up there herkying and jerking around.
No, you
Listen,
kidding? Did he say that?
Of course, dummy talks over him.
Right when you hear with my friend Ben,
Yeah.
you just know it's one of the gags, and you're listening like, oh, here it comes.
It's just hot spots.
Herkying and jerking.
Yeah, listen. If you listen close, you can hear him. He's herkying and jerking.
Second time I was down there last year with my friend Ben. We went to a couple hot spots, wet T-shirt contest, stuff like that. Ladies up there, herking.
Cabbage Patch.
Yeah. You hear that in the background?
Yeah.
Herking and jerking around. Oh, it's cool.
I love it. Contest, stuff like that. Ladies up there, herking.
Cabbage Patch.
Yeah. Yeah. Just wondering if there's anywhere you could tell me to hang out. No, you probably know a couple of the hot spots around there. Let me know.
Dude, I just roll around Main Street and what's that place called? The Dock or the Yacht Club, the boat thing? I don't know.
Oh yeah, I heard of that. I haven't been down there yet.
Anywhere. I mean, it's a you know, the No Name Saloon. That's a hot joint.
Yeah, big party going on there. Actually, I have a friend who couldn't make it, but listens to your show all the time. His name's Chester. Just wanted to say hello to him. He's at home. He has a little liver problem.
All right.
But O&A forever. See you later.
Friend Chester.
Weird call today.
Really? Is that what you have to say? Weird calls today.
Funny, weird stuff, Ed. Funny,
weird calls.
Weird.
Another. You know what it is? He's a real rebel, and I guarantee you his program director told him to shut his mouth.
Yeah.
And you know what he did? He shut his mouth.
Just don't acknowledge it. Press the dump button with that arm that looks like the Partridge Family's bus. That awful tattoos. Ugh. Yeah, just press the dump button and don't acknowledge it like your boss told you to.
Cover it up with a few phony laughs.
Yeah.
Why don't you say LOL? LOL. Yuck.
LOL.
I personally didn't like the Chester reference.
I think that was a great reference. Chester is home with liver problems.
It just keeps on going. Check out this one.
Here is Chris in Daytona. Chris, you're on Real Radio.
Hey, what's going on, bro? Listen, I think that Michael Jackson would have a much worse time in prison than Scott Peterson. I mean, traditionally, kid touchers get a much worse time than kid murderers.
Baby killers, baby molesters get a harder time than baby killers.
Absolutely. I mean, this one time, I was talking to my friend, and he was just like, baby killers, they don't have that much of a bad time.
You're talking to your friend that was in prison?
Yeah, my friend was in prison. He was like, he was a kid toucher, and, you know, there was another guy who was a baby killer. And I was like, you have a really hard time? And he was like, yeah, I do.
All right. You gotta be careful who you hang out with.
It's another one of ours, stupid.
Oh, that's hysterical. Doing the Jimmy bit. And he's like, yeah, I do. You have a hard time? He's like, yeah, I do. What an ass.
Yeah. How do you not acknowledge it when a guy comes in and says, my friend is a kid toucher? How do you not go into that? Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Just keep the phony radio voice on. Cornball, one market, awful program you have.
You're listening to the Shannon Burke Show on Real Radio. Real Radio!
How cool. He works for Real Radio?
Yeah.
It's the biggest phony I've ever heard on the air.
It's real, man.
We're just keeping it real here.
104.1.
Little jingle.
You're an asshole.
What's wrong, Jimmy D?
He's like, dude, you gotta check out this picture. You gotta check out this picture. I click on it, and it says Lemon Party.
Yeah.
And I click on it.
One dude with another dude in his mouth?
Whoa. It was 3 dudes.
Yeah.
And they're like 80.
Exactly.
Yeah. Old queers.
All right.
Guy's funny, man.
Yeah. Old queers.
Yeah. He's really good.
Whackbag is checking in. Dugout Doug from Whackbag saying Whackbag is now demanding an hour on our channel. Or we will turn on you guys.
You don't need an hour on our channel. You got one on the Orlando station yesterday.
Yeah, that's the problem with what we created. They're gonna take over for us.
It's like Willard. Believe me, eventually we're just gonna be eaten alive and spitting out by these psychopaths.
Yeah, right.
Notice that just like Robin, Shannon's golfer sidekick is equally useless on the air. That's Bach from Whackbag. Caulfield from Whackbag saying Shannon's regular callers was so awful that we just kept expecting a Jimmy bit at the end of it. Like his regular callers is so bad, it sounded like Jimmy's bit. Very funny.
See, these guys don't understand the listeners to this show have a very vested interest because they're a big part of the show.
Right.
We're not just doing a show and then all of a sudden, the listeners listen. There are always instant feedbacks and the website plugs. It's like they're a big part of the show.
Yeah, their comebacks usually whenever we attack somebody is, oh, go ahead and do whatever O&A tell you to do. It's the furthest thing from the truth. We're not telling them to do anything. Our listeners do feel like they're such a part of the show that if the show gets attacked, you're attacking them, and they take it upon themselves to be the pests that they are, just getting in there under your skin and ruining your program.
And it's very rare you can get all these people together for an internet attack, so they live for this shit.
Oh, of course they do.
So you dumbbells that pipe up, this is what you're going to get.
Oh, yeah, we only break out the attacks every once in a while, so.
I would hope that more, I would never encourage people to do something that's inappropriate, because that's very bad taste.
Oh.
But I got to tell you, I listened yesterday, and I fucking howled.
It's hysterical.
And I can't wait to listen today.
They're the telephone equivalent of the roadside bombings. Just horrible insurgents.
It continues. Listen to this one. Of course it does.
Here's Brian. Brian, you're on Real Radio.
Hey, Shannon.
Yes, sir.
Not you.
What does that mean? Not you.
He thought it was funny.
It's not even the bit.
Try to be a little more funny next time you come.
Don't hang up like a pussy.
There's a lot of a-holery going on today. Notice that? The level of a-holery is at an all-time high.
It is.
A-holery? A-holery?
Bunch of that a-holery.
And don't hang up like a pussy. What have you been doing, you fucking dump button pushing one market motherfucker? Stop hitting the dump button.
A-holery. There's a funnier furry pile laying in Don Geronimo's driveway than on that guy's show. Stop it. Unfunny a-holery.
Yeah, we'll get to the next enemy after the break. An unbelievable story coming out of Washington today, too. Oh, it's just a great day to do radio, man.
You horrid.
Continuing with Shannon Burke, though, who thought we didn't really have any listeners or fan base.
Here is Reggie. Hey, Reggie, how are you?
Hey, what's going on?
What's happening, man?
Can I suck your
Opie and Anthony suck.
Punch it out.
The guy's doing the Richard Treehouse bit. Holy Jesus.
See.
Oh, is that funny?
Faithful listeners almost driving off the road. New listeners, you'll get it eventually.
Oh, he's doing the Richard Treehouse bit. God damn.
That's Anthony's bit the time he was in a treehouse and his friend came on to him.
Yeah, he turned gay right there overnight.
And so Anthony had to make believe he was sleeping and he was fake snoring so the dude wouldn't suck his dick.
I wouldn't give him an answer. The guy was asking me, "Can I suck your cock?" And I was like making believe I was asleep, horrified, like in the corner of the treehouse, like. And this guy was doing the bit.
I gotta hear that again.
Please do, yeah.
That's great.
Here is Reggie. Hey, Reggie, how are you?
Hey, what's going on?
What's happening, man?
Can I suck your seed?
Opie and Anthony suck.
Punch it out.
What the hell was that?
I knew that one.
The guy said he wanted to suck on a seed, and then he said, jib, 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 jib. What does that mean? No idea. Never heard of it in my life.
That's probably the 30th time he's called me today.
Really?
Yeah.
Of course it is. I'm pissed.
Well, if you had any real listeners, stupid, they wouldn't all be able to get through.
I know, right?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. This was the easiest show to get through.
Oh, man.
The easiest.
Oh. God damn, that's funny. Punching out.
And all this dumbbell has to say is, what was that? That's kind of weird.
Should I want to suck your seed? What?
Here is Raymond in Edgewater. Raymond, how are you?
Good, how you doing, Rick?
Good.
First of all, I'd just like to say great show.
Thank you.
Not you. O&A on it.
Not you. Guessing with the Bob Kelly, not you. Oh, that's great.
I didn't hear half of these calls.
Here, listen again.
Asses.
There's more to it.
Here is Raymond in Edgewater. Raymond, how are you?
Good, how you doing, Rick?
Good.
First of all, I'd just like to say great show.
Thank you.
Not you. O&A on it.
You don't get on the air. That's great.
O&A on XM.
We do have caller ID, you know?
Yeah, so?
Yeah, who cares? So does everybody else in the country, fatso. And why did he dump out of O&A? Why? Why are you mad at the other guy for hanging up? Don't hang up like a pussy. Why are you dumping out? Is O&A an FCC violation? Stupid.
See, a real broadcaster would go with this. This would be your show today. You would go with what's coming into your program and then, try to spin it and have fun with it or attack back or what have you. You don't just sit there and go, wow, don't we have caller ID? Doesn't anyone know how to work the dump button?
Work it. Work it, fella.
Yeah, you're supposed to be so great. Then, this is what was handed to you today. Go with it.
Chris from Boston, hey, guys, please stop the assholery. When I heard the Richard Treehouse call, I spilt my coffee all over my desk. The O&A Army is relentless.
He spilled his coffee.
He spilled his coffee.
Let's take a break. I'm going to get these Greg, Tony, jeez. It's the Shannon Burke Show and we're ready.
What was that one?
He screwed up. He was saying he's going to get to Greg and Tony, I guess.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And then he realized at the last minute what that was. Let me hear that again.
All right.
Let's take a break. I'm going to get these Greg, Tony, jeez. It's the Shannon Burke Show and we're ready.
Greg and Tony.
What a bumbling idiot.
Yes, our real
That's
names.
Great.
Greg and Tony.
That's terrific.
That is terrific.
That's terrific.
Want to hear a couple more?
Of course.
Oh. Reverend, how are you?
Hey, what's going on, Shannon?
What's happening?
SBK, how you doing, man?
Hey, preacher.
Big fan of your show, and I just want to say really quick before I get to why I called that.
Go ahead.
I was really bad news to hear what happened with XM and everything like that, because now I got to listen to an online feed and all that. Really sucks. But anyway, glad I could still hear you guys.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
So the reason why I'm calling is I'm in the Army, and when I got deployed, I didn't receive dime one from Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony suck cock.
Wow.
What makes these idiots? And that's good. That guy was on forever. He's holding forever.
Did he actually say Opie and Anthony suck cock on his own show?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. And
Wow.
He tried to dump out of it. Yeah.
Wow.
What a buffoon.
Oh, that's great. That's all he could come up with?
What a buffoon.
I'm just worried that the Shannon Burke callers are going to start assaulting us back.
Oh, my God. I hope not. That would just be... How would we do a show?
I know. They're frightening. Oh, you know what we do? Keep dumping out of it and fake laughing and pretending it's not happening, and then try to get back to the cornball topic of length or girth. Tee-hee-hee! How naughty! You stink!
Fake laugh and make believe it's not bothering you.
Yeah.
You could hear it in their voices. David, what's up? He's calling.
Hey, how's it going, O'Day?
You're calling from Orlando?
Yeah, I'm Orlando.
All right, let's go.
Hold on, finger on the dump button.
No dump button, man. That's what I'm talking about this Shannon Burke guy. This guy's a douchebag.
I don't know anything about him. We're just proving that we do have an audience, and we do have faithful listeners, and we can do some real damage. So
This guy walks around Orlando, thinks he's big shit. This guy's nothing. I mean, he gets dumped off XM radio. The only thing the guy knows about a motorcycle and bike week if one ran up his ass.
All right.
The guy don't know shit.
All right, thanks, David.
He's an idiot, man. Thank you.
Thanks, fella.
I really don't know much about the guy, so can't comment. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
Here's one more.
Let's see. We got some great trivia today.
Oh, yeah.
That's good stuff. We're going to give you the name of the real birth name of the rappers, and the callers will have to identify their rap name.
I'd love a Oh, that's a good game now.
I'm going to give you the rapper's real name. You tell me what his rapper name is. Here he's Tom. Tom, how are you?
All right.
I'm going to give you the name. You give me the rap name. Calvin Brodus. Is it Nate Dogg, Music, Ja Rule, or Snoop Dogg?
Ramon, turn on Opie Anthony.
Wrong. It is not right. Here he's...
Oh, what did he say at the beginning of that?
Huh?
I just heard Opie and Anthony, but did he say something at the beginning?
Yeah, he goes, Ramon.
Oh, Ramon.
I didn't hear that.
Okay, it was a Ramon. Yeah, I barely heard the Ramon.
He goes, Ramon, turn on Opie and Anthony. Yeah, we got
Let's see, we got some great trivia today.
Oh, yeah.
That's good stuff.
Oh, that's great.
We're going to give you the name of the real birth name of the rappers, and the callers will have to identify their rap name.
Oh, that's a good game now.
I'm going to give you the rapper's real name. You tell me what his rapper name is. Here he's Tom. Tom, how are you?
All right.
I'm going to give you the name. You give me the rap name. Calvin Brodus. Is it Nate Dogg, Music, Ja Rule, or Snoop Dogg?
Ramon, turn on Opie and Anthony.
Wrong. It is not right. Here he's...
Oh, God.
Dick.
You guys rock.
What a dick.
I'm crying.
Ramon. Oh, my God, what a complete asshole. I love it.
You guys proved what a phony this guy is. He couldn't go with any of this.
Ramon.
He was in panic mode. Panic mode all the way.
And he was trying to end with, you lose. Good day, sir. Wow, that was really funny.
I'm going to run home and listen to this asshole show again today.
Oh.
God, that was funny.
Holy crap.
When he gets to Tony and Greg and then goes, oh, you know it got to him. That's the booby man in Brooklyn.
Of course.
Ramon. A Ramon call. Oh, too funny.
Mm-hmm. This was the best one, though, right here.
Here is Reggie. Hey, Reggie, how are you?
Hey, what's going on?
What's happening, man?
Can I suck your seed?
Opie and Anthony suck.
Punch it out.
What?
What
the hell was that?
I knew that one.
The guy said he wanted to suck on a seed, and then he said, jib, 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 jib. What was that mean?
That's right.
No idea. Never heard of it in my life.
That's probably the 30th time he's called me today.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Huh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really? Huh. That's interesting. Really?
Unbelievable. O&A listeners rolling over his show like an SUV over a puppy dog in a driveway.
All right, we'll get to that next. Jesus. You just can't wait, huh?
Too bad Frida wasn't holding it at the time.
Oh, man.
Fat fuck. Good.
I love this, Shane from New Jersey. Let's go to Shane. Go ahead, Shane.
Hey, what's happening, fellas?
Hey.
I was just wondering when we could assault this jerk-off again. He sounds like a fucking cheap knockoff of Bubba the Love Sponge.
I never really heard Bubba either, so.
I used to listen to him before I got XM. He's a real toolbag, too. I don't even think he's on the air anymore.
I think he got dumped.
Okay.
I think
Is this guy on XM?
Who?
Is this guy on XM, the Shannon Burke douchebag?
I didn't even know that he ever was on XM. I guess he got kicked off XM.
I hear he's coming back on. I don't know if it's true or not, nor do I care. But when can you assault him again? I'll be listening at 10 this morning. I would hope that it would continue because it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah. I don't know what time he's on. Is it 11?
Oh, maybe 11. Okay, maybe 11.
All right, thanks, Shane.
Yeah, because middays, right?
11 to 3.
11 to 3? There you go.
What's the website?
Have some fun.
Shannon.
Wait a minute. He's on middays?
Yeah.
Yes, I was saying.
That's like the worst slot to have.
Right.
Absolutely.
And he's bragging?
Bragging. Yeah.
They don't put their top talent in middays.
Middays is just that slot that you know.
Morning drive is first, then afternoon drive, and a lot of people would argue then nighttime before midday.
Middays.
Because middays, a lot of people, just about everyone is working a 9 to 5 type job.
Yeah.
Oh, he's just in middays?
Yeah.
Oh.
You see what that tattoo is made of?
What?
He drew it himself. It's like fish around a coral reef, and then right on his wrist, he has his own signature. Like the
autograph?
Artist. Yeah.
He has his own name on his wrist just in case he forgets. What the hell is that? Look who I am. I'm Shannon Burke.
God, this business is just filled with idiots.
What's the website? Let's give him a plug. That's how unafraid of you we are. What plug? What's the site?
Shannon.wtks.com.
All right.
Go enjoy his site. It's fantastic.
There you go.
Why don't we take a break? We're done with Shannon, because that's what we do. We move on with our show, and we move on to the next enemy. A great story coming out of Washington. We'll tell you what it's about next.
Mike show.
The very worst of the Opie and Anthony FU line.
I want to leave a big FU to the one-tooth bitch that lives upstairs. Why don't you tell the kids that are running around that aren't yours and you're not getting paid to babysit to go home? Go to your home, kids. I'm sick and tired of hearing thunder and bullshit and just crashes and crap.
I want to give a big FU to Opie and Anthony for putting that song on the air Friday night. I can't get it out of my fucking head. I want to send a big fuck you to the ass months that came up with that damn banana phone song. Fuck you, whoever you made that.
I'd like to give a big fuck you to DirecTV because we got 3 inches of snow and my dish is covered and I can't watch TV on a snowy morning for 4 hours. F you, DirecTV.
Yeah, I got a big FU to go out to Jamie Foxx, Mr. Ray Charles himself. Hey, Jamie, hey, you better thank in your acceptance speech the fucking agent who didn't let you do booty call 2. I just want to know who the fuck is Mr. Fabersham? Mr. Fabersham!
Call the Opie and Anthony FU line at 1-866-FU line 1. 1-866-FU line 1. Well, fuck you very much. Ian Anthony, XM 202.
And we're back with the Opie and Anthony program. We like to call it the O&A virus.
Yes, the scourge.
You, the fans, help us.
The creeping crud.
Spread the virus. We know that, and we thank you for that. I gotta tell you, Ant, I wasn't even gonna come in today, but I knew we'd have just a stellar radio show today. I couldn't miss out on this one today.
Had to be here.
Had to be here.
With your chest cold thing.
No, it's an upper respiratory infection.
Ugh.
I'm dizzy as hell, but I'm on the super penicillin. I get this.
Super penicillin.
I literally get this every winter.
Yeah.
But I get the 6-pill thing, and it knocks it out of me.
Really?
Yeah, it knocks it out of me. But I'm hurting really bad today. I might even walk off.
No.
After we get all the funny out, then I might go for an early leave. Where's Norton? There's Jimmy.
He's back. He's pulling his fly up.
I was whizzing.
It's all right.
Wash?
Oh, yeah, my hands always.
Yeah, always.
Always.
That was a hell of a start to a radio show.
Very funny.
Very funny. Goddamn listener.
Usually it's just Ant and I, BSing for a while, but we got right into it. Right into it.
Very good.
All right, let's go to the phones and say hi to Tom in Philly. Tom, what's going on?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Pretty good.
I'm going to guess from the sound of things that you and Don Geronimo have a lot in common, Opie. Ramon kills that dog. Punch it out.
There goes Tom. I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh, little story yesterday.
Well, maybe this will help.
Everybody out there, sing along, okay? Dead puppies, dead puppies. Dead puppies aren't much fun. One more time for Roman Ruska.
That's right. Breaking news out of Washington, D.C. Anthony, you want to take this one?
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Geronimo backs over dog. We now learn why the Don and Mike show was in rerun mode yesterday on WJFK. Don Geronimo accidentally backed over his little Toto dog, Rudy, with his SUV in the driveway of his Great Falls home. The canine died on his way to the vet. On Wednesday's show, Geronimo said he was too emotionally distraught to do Tuesday's show.
That's terrific. That's terrific.
Now, we're up to our long-distance dedication. And this one is about kids and pets and a situation that we can all understand, whether we have kids or pets or neither. It's from a man in Cincinnati, Ohio. And here's what he writes. Dear Casey, this may seem to be a strange dedication request, but I'm quite sincere, and it'll mean a lot if you play it. Recently, there was a death in our family. He was a little dog named Snuggles, but he was most certainly a part of... Let's start again. From coming out of the record. Play the record, okay? Please. See, when you come out of those up-tempo goddamn numbers, man, it's impossible to make those transitions, and then you got to go into somebody dying. You know, they do this to me all the time. I don't know what the hell they do it for, but goddamn it, if we can't come out of a slow record, I don't understand it. Is Don on the phone? Okay, I want a goddamn concerted effort to come out of a record that isn't a fucking up-tempo record every time I do a goddamn death dedication. Now, make it, and I also want to know what happened to the pictures I was supposed to see this week. This is the last goddamn time I want somebody to use his fucking brain to not come out of a goddamn record that is that's up-tempo, and I got to talk about a fucking dog dying.
Sorry, I just had to throw that in there.
Is that Don on the phone? Is he on his phone in the SUV? Tell him to pull forward. He just ran over his little dog. And now a letter from a man about bad breath, SUVs, and a dog. Smelly mouth, fat fuck.
Anyone else, I would be like, oh, that's a shame. But that guy, that phony, that crock of shit. Oh.
Hi, I'm Casey Kasem. And this bloody mess is Rudy. The little crushed dog. The letter's from Don in Great Falls. It reads, Dear Casey, I was hoping I'd run over my bitch wife Frida, but I hit little Rudy. How am I supposed to come out of a goddamn up-tempo number into a hysterical story like Don Geronimo running over his fucking dog?
Emotionally distraught. Wow. That's rough.
Oh, man.
How the hell does that happen?
And then he couldn't do it.
Backing out, looking over your shoulder, having a good day, on your way, and then what was that little thump, thump? Oh, there he is, laying in the driveway, Don. Did you scoop him up and put him in the SUV and drive off to the vet? Tears in his eyes, I guess. He tries to breathe life into his little dog. Was little Barty crying? Frida? They're going to look at Daddy like the guy that killed their goddamn dog? That's the worst. You know, when you find your dog splattered in the street, it's bad enough. When you kill him yourself, ooh, that's got to hurt. That's got to leave a mark with the family. When you walk in from work and say, "Hi, honey, I'm home," and she looks at you, "Oh, dog killer's home. The guy that killed the one little joy I have in life, he's home today." Good. Hey, you get another one. I'm sure you could replace it.
Yeah.
Just like Mike. If you ran over Mike, he'd do the same thing. Those two hate each other. Hate each other.
Man, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Good luck to you. What's funny, he couldn't do his show, though. He was too distraught.
Too distraught. Running over his little dog with an SUV. Ouch. I wonder if it was the driver's side. Probably what killed him. A big gut. Big fat Don on that side of the SUV. Extra weight. Couldn't take it.
Fat fuck.
Oh.
He probably didn't even back over the dog. It smelled his breath and then just killed itself.
Keeled over. Remember we used to have to spray the mic sponges and stuff?
Yeah, Don and Mike was on the same station as ours back in the day, and they failed miserably. And then when we got fired, they took over for us in a lot of the markets, and they failed in just about all those markets as well, including Philly was the big one. And every once in a while, because they were situated in Washington, they would come up and do their show, from the New York studios, and they'd use the same microphones that Ant and I would use before us. The smell that would come off my microphone was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then it was I guess it's a known fact that he has just horrendous breath. Well, we had a whole thing we had to do. We had to wash out the mic screens and Lysol the hell out of it. And it was just god awful.
Ugh. His breath smelled like a dead dog laying in the driveway, I would gather. Ginny from Jersey saying killing his dog is the funniest thing Don's done in years. That's great. Looks like Boo Boo made a boo boo. Ramon, bring me a shovel.
And just for the rest of them to have to sit there on the air and watch this fat jackass eulogize his awful animal and not laugh in his face.
Ugh.
You think they all had to be, fake, being sincere and stuff?
Yeah. Hey, I'm sorry.
Don, man.
That's a shame,
that really blows, man.
That's
I can't
terrible.
believe that happened.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that's awful. Sorry to hear about your dog.
We lost ours a few years ago.
Yes, it was tragic for the family. But you gotta move on, Don.
That's right.
What'd you do, eat it?
Jim in Jersey, what's up, Jim?
Precious, hope you're feeling better, baby.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
I think we should all call over to Don today, maybe give him our condolences. That would just be the nice thing to do.
That's not a bad idea.
That would be nice.
That would be nice. I'm sure he's hurting real bad today.
That's true. The Don and Mike show in Washington.
It only happened a couple days ago, so I think today will be the first day he's back on the air, so... Oh, my God. Please someone tape what he has to say about his little doggy.
Oh, we would love to hear it.
Please someone tape that and send it in.
And can I say to any callers, please, if you call in, just because he's an enemy of the Opie and Anthony show, he's really having a bad day, so be sensitive.
Yeah.
No off-color remarks about his dog.
Of course
Please. Be sensitive.
And you're going to have to, reel him in a little bit because they're on a really long delay.
Yeah, yeah.
A quick curse or something, we'll never get through.
No.
We'll never get through. All right, Anthony. Well, that's very sad news out of Washington.
Very sad news.
And then finally, I guess this is the DJ hour. Other DJs. Sean Hannity is continuing his feud with Ed Asner. It was the weirdest thing. We interviewed Ed Asner while we were out in L.A., had a really good time with him because Ed Asner's cursing us out.
Sounds like you had a good time.
I had a great time with Ed Asner.
He didn't sound like he was having much of a time.
Yeah, he cursed me out because I pretty much told him he was being very boring on our show.
Yeah.
But during the interview, he talked about Sean Hannity and pretty much how much he just dislikes the guy. And I had no idea there was some kind of feud going on with him and Sean Hannity. So Sean Hannity got a hold of our show to get the audio. He's been playing the audio on his show. And I guess the other day he played more audio from our interview with Ed Asner.
Yeah.
You got something over there, no?
It might be. Just some blurb from a website I'm checking out now.
Oh, all right.
Don't mind me.
Okay.
Sounds like it was funny.
As you check that out, here's Sean Hannity talking about Ed Asner and us again. I think 2 days ago now.
All right, as we roll along, thank you for tuning in. Hey, sweet baby James, ask Ed Asner's wife, I don't want to sandbag her, but ask her if she'd come on, because I was just talking to her during the break. Apparently, Ed used the F word. He dropped a few F-bombs on me when he was on the Opie and Anthony show on XM radio. So see if she'll come on. Ask her, yeah. Now, did you bleep this out good enough? Are you sure? You're positive? I don't want any angry parents. You're 100,000,000% sure. Well, tell her I just want to talk about the issue about why Ed is so mad at me. Maybe we can look if we find that we can have peace in the Middle East and we're moving in the right direction and there's dialogue and discussion going on, then certainly Sean Hannity and Ed Asner can get along together. Will she come on? Anyway, so let's play the tape.
You can say on this.
Yeah. It's totally uncensored. It's phenomenal.
Who do you want to curse out first?
Well, let's see. Did we cover Hannity all the way?
Yeah. Ouch! Ooh, man. And we got one more? All right, one more.
Ed, no, come on. Give me a handshake, please.
Fuck you. Dude, Ed Asner just said fuck you.
What is that all about? There you have it. And then apparently, now this is on top of the discussion that he had with Mike Gallagher, where he said, we got Limbaugh, now we're going after Hannity. So I don't know what Ed Asner's problem is with me. And then this is what he also said about me. This is from yesterday.
I think he's a mannequin. He's too pretty. He really is too... He really should be modeling clothes.
Why do I feel like I need a shower after hearing that? With
Sean is very good in this day and age because he has such a warped political ideology that seems to be going very well right now. I think he's a mannequin. He's too pretty. He really is too... He really should be modeling clothes.
All right, enough. I can't stand it anymore. Now, was she willing to come on? So she's not willing to come on. Well, why don't we try and get a number where Ed is at, and then we'll see if Ed will come back on the program with us, and maybe we could just sort of... We're at an impasse here. Him cursing me out, him threatening me, and I don't know where all this hostility is rooted in. I mean, we've only been nice to him the few times that he was on this program, so I'm not exactly sure what it is that he's so angry about or upset about. But, I'd like to get to the bottom of it. We got the wife on the end. She's like, what did he say? And I said, I got the tape. We got the tape. I got witnesses now.
So there you have it, a little taste. Getting a lot of exposure lately for the Opie and Anthony program. We like that. We like that. We market our show our way.
That's the new marketing campaign, by the way.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was reading a website that has some stuff from the Don and Mike show about Don running his dog over.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It has like a little thing of what happened. Somebody's writing it. I don't know who it is, but it says, I apologize. There was no show yesterday. It wasn't a beef with Infinity. It was something awful happened to me yesterday. No, I guess these are Don's words. Yeah. I'm getting ready to leave, and the dogs are running around the car. I shoo them away, and 9 times out of 10, they get away. But this time I started down the driveway, and I hear a thump.
That's terrific. That's terrific.
And then it goes to some other person, because then it says, Don said he got out of the car, went to the side of the car, and Rudy had been hit. I started freaking out. I'm screaming and crying and running around. Frida came out, and they both took Rudy to the vet. Fortunately, our vet is close, but unfortunately, Rudy had passed away by the time we arrived. Don apologized, but everyone understood. Maybe you'll find this amusing. When I was in the shower, I had no idea that Frida was even close by. I was having a real conversation with God about what happened with Rudy.
Oh, my God.
I called him a motherfucker, Don said. When he went downstairs, Frida said she heard his conversation with God. I mean, I really gave it to him. Whew. Don and Mike decided to take some calls. Don, my husband, ran over our dog and killed it. I cried for 2 weeks. How's he? Let's just say he had to tell the kids it was the first time I'd ever seen him cry. Mike said, what a wuss. Mike explained that someone had to make the first joke. Of what, their career?
You know, Mike just wants to tease this fat asshole, and he can't.
Of course he does. Little yappy dog getting smushed.
Had a ribbon in its hair, probably.
Thump.
Yeah.
I heard the thump.
I had a conversation with God in the shower.
God, why do I suck so much?
Why?
Why did I fail in Philly? Why?
Oh, yeah, and why did you make me hit Rudy? Little dog. Yeah, so that's it. He killed his dog and then had a little conversation with God in the shower, which conjures up an even more awful image. A naked, wet Don Geronimo preaching to God.
Yelling at
his
God.
dead dog.
Yelling at God. God, why is my cock so small?
And the reason Frida heard the conversation is because she has to lift his stomach so he can wash his dick. Fuck you and your boring on-air wife, stupid.
There we go.
Yeah.
Poor guy. Yeah, I feel bad.
All right, Anthony.
Yep.
I think we're going to start the show next.
Right. Enough of our other DJ segment.
Yeah. Well, getting a lot of good exposure, though.
Sure.
That's what the show's about, getting exposure for the program. Mm-hmm. Good exposure like Sean Hannity. Weird exposure from that Shannon Burke guy. I don't know.
Oof.
But getting our names out there. Spreading the virus. That's what it's all about.
The plague.
All right. We have lots to do today, man. Some weirdo was trying to steal one of the gates. We're going to get into that story. Mm-hmm. Another doctor was busted for fondling a woman. How hard was I laughing in the office?
Oh.
And I can't laugh today because it hurts.
This guy.
It hurts too much to laugh, but I couldn't help myself.
What's wrong with you?
How do you throw a medical career away like that?
Oh, wait till you hear that story.
Right.
And then there's some weird stuff in the paper about Michael Jackson and his chimp. Some crazy claims.
Wacko Jacko.
Also I think it's a sucks to be you story about a 92-year-old woman.
92 years.
And then 50 Cent. What the F is he thinking?
He's thinking it'd be a great career move to be killed. To just be killed, because he is really trying hard to get somebody to kill him.
All right, well, we'll get into that as well next. Also, Frank Caliendo is calling in today. And our old friend, The Rock, will be calling in. He's in that new movie, Be Cool, is it?
It's not our old friend, The Rock. I think it's Dwayne will be calling, because The Rock was wrestling, and I don't think he does that anymore.
Dwayne Johnson?
Dwayne Johnson, actor, thespian.
All right, so he's calling in today. And Carlos Mencia, an old friend of the program as well. But first, and Steve-O? Well, Steve-O was supposed to call already, no?
Yeah. He said he would be up all night in L.A., but now we can't reach him, so...
Of course
not.
Nah, he passed out.
He probably
Face
passed
first
out.
in his own vomit.
All right, we'll continue.
Like sand through the hourglass, so is the Owen-Day virus.
Wow. You rule, Bernie.
Bernie.
No, please do.
This one, right?
It says,
Oh,
what are you motherfucker? Tony, Opie, you're asking for trouble. Tony.
He's coming over. Oh, Bernie, sit down. Sit down.
Oh, my God. Wait.
He's really mad. He's pissed. You pissed off Bernie.
All right, get over there. Get over there.
It's getting hot in here.
It's getting hot in here. It's getting real hot
Bernie,
in here.
you don't have to take that. You don't have to take that, Bernie.
All right, sit down.
Stand up for your rights, Bernie.
Sit down, Bernie. Sit down. It's okay.
It's okay, Paul. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, it's okay. Oh, it's okay. Oh, it's okay.
All right, have Bernie sit down.
Take a seat.
Let's all calm down.
That's all right. Yeah. Hand over that fucking CD. Oh, you gotta have another. You lunatic.
All right, Bernie.
He's fine.
You tell him to relax.
Tell him.
Yeah, everyone just relax.
Everybody relax.
All he did was take the CD out.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Keep your CD. I won't be here again.
Burn it! Bernie's leaving! Oh, man. All right, he's walking up. Wow, man. Holy shit.
Wow. That was legendary.
That was the rage. That was what happened on that train.
Oh, my God. I'm not even kidding.
That was what happened on that train. We saw it.
He was out of his mind.
Hey, you know what's odd? We were talking about Rain Man, and when you were watching Rain Man, remember, it was kind of like you look at Dustin Hoffman and go, not too bad. He's a little kooky and stuff, but he seems nice and sweet. And then that time he lost it at the airport.
Oh, yeah.
Just like, just lost his... That's what we saw. That snap.
That was right now. You just threw his CD. It was like a Pop-Tart in the toaster, and a little smoke billowing up, and he couldn't handle it.
Right. Imagine that,
you didn't see it coming. Like,
no,
it
came out of nowhere. He just
Fuck you. Keep your CD.
Yeah, keep your CD. Fuck you. And take this with you. You have another. Keep your CD. Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
Opie and Anthony, the virus is spreading. Opie and Anthony Show. XM 202.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. Yeah, I'm so tired of waiting for my turn. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Yeah, I'm so sick of waiting for us to make a move. Wake up, wake up, wake up, and we will never lose. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's time to make a move. Wake up, wake up, wake up, and we will never
Really? We're back with the Opie and Anthony program. A little tease? How about a little tease, Anthony?
Tease?
We're good with teases and storylines and just something I want to say today. And then let them speculate like mother effers out there.
All right.
We're going to try to get the band back together.
Oh, that's
Thank
a good
you.
one. That's a good
Thank
one.
you. Today's words, we're going to try to get the band back together.
Speculation.
Start speculating, you mother effers. How are you, Jimmy?
Good, thank you.
But that was very interesting, what you told me during the commercial break.
Yes, that is.
Well, we have Earl on the line.
Why would we have Earl on the line?
Well, Earl is black.
That's true.
We have a black story, and we figure we get we would get someone that is the whitest black guy we know to talk about rap music. Earl, what's up?
Yo.
How are you? Yo, B. What it be? What's going on? What's going on with 50 Cent?
He's completely lost his mind again. Again, I mean, this is the most ridiculous story I've ever heard.
What's with the rap community there, Black Earl?
You know, no home training. What do you expect?
They what?
No home training. When you have a disagreement with somebody,
yeah,
you try to work it out. You know, gunfire doesn't erupt.
Well, I think they needed grandmammies like Jamie Foxx had. That would whoop 50 Cent's ass and tell him to be a Southern gentleman.
It just doesn't make sense to me how like, you have a disagreement with someone and gunfire erupts.
Well, that seems to be commonplace in the hip-hop community. The hip-hop community. What the hell does that even mean?
Yeah,
I read about it all the time, the hip-hop community.
Yeah, what is the hip-hop community, Earl?
I don't think it's any different than, let's say, the rock community.
There is no rock community. It's rock music. You listen to it if you enjoy rock music. There's no community. I don't get together with other rock people and try to make legislation. What kind of community is this? And they're always trying to bolster their image, but they can't because the actions speak much louder than their words. There's a rally here in New York against Hot 97.
Against Hot 97?
Against Hot 97 and their racist management over there of Whitey. Their Whitey management. There is a rally tomorrow, and it is because Hot 97 does not represent the hip-hop community in a good light. And they want to let the people know what the hip-hop community is all about. It's not about the racism and the violence. What? Are you insane?
Well, they've always been very racially tolerant in hip-hop. I mean, if you listen to old KRS-One lyrics, I mean, they really are. I mean, very, very diverse group of thinkers.
Never any lyrics about violence against women or violence against each other. You never hear that stuff. No. You never hear lyrics about guns and killing.
It's very rare.
That's the hip-hop community. That's it. Hip-hop. The hippity-hop community. We all get around and bounce.
Earl, comment?
Yes, Earl?
There's not a lot I could disagree with, but at the same time, there's a lot of positives about the hip-hop community.
Name me one.
Please.
Well,
besides the blood of Eazy-E.
Oh, wow.
God.
Very good.
Bravo.
I'm going to be laughing while I listen to that on my MiFi later.
Oh, wow, you went there, didn't you? Well,
Earl, you stink as an expert on the...
Listen,
Earl, you're black. You're supposed to be an expert.
Earl from Runaki, can you please just help out with some opinions on this?
You see, I got to explain what's going on. Elo down there in Washington, he wants all these experts. Like if
we need experts.
If you're talking about sports, have that sports expert you could go to. You know, maybe someone in... if it's a football thing, it's maybe an ex-NFL player that's just an expert that you guys get along with. If it's entertainment or gadgets, maybe it's Laszlo or, experts left and right. That's what Elo wants on this program. So we figured, okay, we'll give this a shot. So we got a black story. Let's go to the black expert. It's Black Earl.
Stop.
You stink.
What? You didn't let me finish.
We'd get more out of Don's dog, Rudy.
Earl, let me ask you. I mean, the whole thing with 50 Cent, the rap community, a lot of people think that it's just about violence, but then you get the other side where people go, well...
Again, rap music is probably the most original music to come out since rock and roll, easily.
Yeah.
All right.
And in a way, it has created a community. Remember, hip hop was always an underground thing, but it was specifically a very...
Why does it always have to be a community? Yeah. Why does it have to be this big separatist thing? It's a community, and guess who isn't invited into the community?
Why?
Guess who can't criticize the community? Guess who's looking at the community thinking, what a bunch of kooks?
Wait a minute. Who's not included in the community?
Who's not
the
included?
Community is making the most money off of hip-hop. Let's be honest here.
Well, that's been the way for years.
Yeah. Don't rock the boat, Earl.
They're very much a part of the hip-hop community. Let's be totally honest.
Okay, but then again, white people put more money into the hip-hop community. Are you telling me white kids are the ones buying more of these CDs than anybody, and you know it?
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
Yeah.
That's absolutely true, but they're a part of it as much as anybody.
The rally that's taking place tomorrow is also it's to show how commercialized hip-hop has gotten and how it has to get back to its roots in the community. This is a whole thing I read on a website that is going on about this rally tomorrow. They have guest speakers, and it's just going to be really a bash fest. Because they said Hot 97 is run by Whitey. It's run by Whitey, and they have Uncle Toms in place that do whatever the white management tells them to do. So they could be racist, they could commercialize and profiteer on the hip-hop music that should be, supporting the community. What?
Are they really finding a way to blame white people for this one?
Yes, absolutely.
Wow. So I suppose it was white people that pulled the trigger on Tupac Shakur and on Biggie, and I'm sure that was white people too, not gang wars and all that stuff.
It is. Whitey makes it so commercial that there's so much money involved that the black artists feel compelled to knock off the competition so they could get more money. It's the new drug trade is what they're saying.
Wow, because I thought Whitey originally held them down. So now Whitey has held them down, and in the same breath, Whitey's making it more commercial, so God forbid they can make more money. And because, I guess, they're uncontrollable and they're not human, they don't know how to handle more money and just deal with lawyers like every other person, so they shoot each other? Is that what the black community is saying?
I guess that's how they're putting it.
Well, yeah. That seems to be what they're implying.
Yeah.
Well, the argument, which I don't agree with, is that record companies who are primarily run by whites, let's be honest, they will only promote, the thuggery, the quote-unquote violence.
That is true.
Women,
the bigger the thug, the better
argument.
he does. Yeah.
I don't agree with it.
Earl, let me ask you a question, not to interrupt you, but do you think that if soft-spoken guys who did gentle lyrics generated more money, don't you think that's who they'd promote? They promote who makes money.
Yeah. The thug thing is a hot trend right now, so they're going with it. That's all that's about.
How about in rock and roll, man? In heavy metal, all they promote is dope addicts, guys that have all, Tommy Lee has been abusive to his wife. Ozzy has abused Sharon. I mean, there's a different kind of violence there, but there's a drug subculture in rock, too. They promote that.
Yeah.
They promote whatever sells. That's new in the black community. I know you're not saying this, but just the nerve of the fucking hip-hop community. Can you stop explaining away everything and take some fucking responsibility?
Well, it's the same. Well, going back to the rock argument, there was a period there where the quote-unquote sensitive singer-songwriters got a lot more plugs. The James Taylors, the Jackson Browns. They got more promoted than, let's say, the Black Sabbath. Sabbath make better records.
You're right, they do.
But, the record companies pump their money into those guys.
Because they probably thought they were going to sell better.
And for a while, they did.
It's all about it. Yeah, you got to make money. You can't be stupid. Oh, let's pump our money and support something that's not going to sell. That's ridiculous.
Well, this
it's not about integrity.
This is a very dangerous game that's going on, though. Because
that's the whole thing.
That's what we're getting
carried
to.
Over. It's carried over. I could understand if this was an act, and you say 50 Cent is like an actor, and he's portraying this role of this violent thug in order to sell his music. But the truth of the matter is, he is a thug. It carries over into real life, where it's real bullets flying and shooting these people.
Well, they're encouraging these rap artists to sing about shooting other rappers and stuff because that's the hot trend. This is what I'm wanting to say. And it's a dangerous game they're playing because these guys are dying over it.
Yeah.
In the end. And the latest is 50 Cent is his new album's coming out. And the Post says here, bullet-prone rap star 50 Cent, featuring a retaliatory attack after 2 hip-hop shootouts this week, canceled the Times Square appearance yesterday and was said to be lying low. Virgin Megastore officials, citing security concerns, told fans that 50 would not show up for his planned meet and greet at 9 tonight to promote his new CD, The Massacre. His CD's called The Massacre. This just got too nasty, said a store manager after the multi-millionaire bowed out. Too many beefs, too much to lose. Industry insiders said the threat-laden new album would likely skyrocket to #1 with a bullet, even as the hip-hop world braced for fresh mayhem.
Yep, is that really like how Eminem is pretty heavily promoted. He doesn't talk about shooting other people.
Yeah,
so it's whatever
sells.
sells.
His wife.
What's that?
He talks about killing. The first 2 records, all he was talking about was killing his wife.
Jimmy, Eminem pretty much produced this 50 Cent.
No, what I'm talking about is, I know Eminem talks about violence, but I'm saying he's not giving real threats, like in a real way, to other rappers and going, this is what's going to happen to you. He's talking shit. He's not a violent guy.
I understand that, but at the same time, having several songs about putting your wife in the trunk, dead.
But he doesn't act on it.
No, absolutely, but at the same time...
These guys are acting on it. They're shooting each other. Hot 97 is a war zone. These poor bastards, that's in a nice building, and I was listening to the news station, and some poor son of a bitch who's got to go into an office every day is worried for his life, that he's got to walk through this building with these thugs shooting.
Well, because there's been many shootings outside that building, right?
Yeah. Little Kim shooting.
The Little Kim shooting is on the front page of the Post today.
Yeah, and I think a DJ jumped the rival DJ once. In front of the station also. So.
It's like wars going on that are really killing people in the hip-hop community.
Well, listen to the CD review of 50 Cent's new CD.
All right.
It says, for 50 Cent, it's all about his rifle and gun and figuring which is for shooting and which is for fun, Anthony. Half of his latest CD, The Massacre, which hits stores today, has Mr. Cent, this is in the review, has Mr. Cent cocking his Glock and rubbing out other rappers who've slighted him, and the rest portrays the bullet-riddled MC as a lover man.
Oh.
Despite tracks like A Baltimore Love Thing and his double entendre-laced #1 single, Candy Shop, where the man raps to a young lady, I'll take you to the candy shop, I'll let you lick the lollipop. His gun-toting image dominates.
Mm-hmm.
In rap after rap, 50 Cent describes how he's going to settle the war of words with trigger pulls. In fact, that's how the disc introduces itself, with a hail of bullets fired from a machine gun.
There you go.
That record gunplay is the blatant warning, Anthony. Where
Warning.
50 Cent is subliminally subtle is in the album's artwork, where New York City certificate of death is reproduced with Irving Jeffrey as the deceased. If you're new to the rap wars, Irving Jeffrey combines the given names of producer Irv Gotti,
The rap wars,
and rapper Ja Rule. By the way, according to 50 Cent, the pair have a date with death in a few days on March 8th.
March 8th, he's saying that they're going to die or something? Is that the date on the death certificate?
Yeah, is that what's going on with that, Earl?
Well, that was the original release date.
Yeah.
Of the record. But
All right. The song Piggy Bank makes fun of other prominent hip-hop and rap artists like Shine, who's in prison, and according to Cent, is popping off his mouth in a cell. Nas takes a hit, so does Fat Joe and Judakis. At the end of Piggy Bank, Cent pokes these rap tigers, laughs, and lets those who've been served know they've got to do something now.
You've been served.
Even though who's shooting who is what's really important here, musically this album is neat continuation of Cent's 7 million selling Get Rich or Die Trying from 2002.
50 Cent has been shot 9 times. He's the fucking Sergeant Barnes of rap. These guys are fucking he's not pretending to be a thug. This is what these guys are, man. They're rough dudes. They have talent and they become famous. But it's like you're going to promote them.
Dealers.
But you understand that's what they do.
Yeah.
So it's like how are you supposed to not promote or not? This is what they write. You think some Jewish lawyer is standing over 50 Cent telling him what to write? Are you out of your fucking mind?
You know what it's like? It's like when they brought Kong from Monster Island, and they bring him to New York. You're not thinking about the consequences. You just know people want to see Kong. So you strap him in, and you hope for the best, and in the long run, what happens? Chaos. People wind up getting killed. Because, you can't take Kong out of his habitat and throw him in the city and think he's not going to still be a Kong.
Probably not the example I would have chosen.
No?
Maybe not.
Well, guys, you think of a guy like Jay-Z who was at a time engaged in illegal activity, and now he's a businessman.
Dude, so is Snoop. I'm not saying that these guys shouldn't be millionaires because what they do is good. Fine. My problem is don't blame white management of record stations. Just take responsibility for it.
Oh, absolutely. At the end of the day, you're responsible for you. But again, it goes back to what I said at the beginning. It goes back to home training. What you decide to do once the fame comes in, once the money starts to come in? Do you decide to grow? Do you decide to get mature, or do you stay a thug?
Put a crib together so it's featured on MTV is what you do.
That's right.
Get some bitches
with all your whips.
That's the way rappers handle this shit. I mean, look. When Black Sabbath left their manager, they didn't shoot him. They wrote a song called The Riff. When Neil Young and Ronnie Van Zant had a problem, Sweet Home Alabama came out of it.
There you
They
go.
didn't fucking shoot Neil Young.
Although Neil was seen by an airplane, I think.
When Axel
Tinkering with an engine.
Neil had a
That's funny. All right. Thank you, Earl.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for nothing. Tad S. from San Francisco. I have a message for you.
Wow, you're giving out.
Hey, you had a little thing. You had a thing.
All right, Chris from New York, what's up?
What's going on, guys? I just pray 50 Cent doesn't get himself shot and killed. Because all of a sudden we got to listen like he's some kind of genius for the next 6 years.
Well, that's true. Once they get killed, it's just amazing.
And are they really dead? We all know Tupac is still living. Tupac has put out, what,
of course
6 or 7 CDs since he died?
Heidel from New York.
Dude, don't give answers.
Please.
Don't give answers to the speculation.
What? Just a couple.
Wait,
Let's go to Shane in Staten Island. Shane?
Hey, guys.
Hey.
I was just curious, does anybody know where the hip-hop community is so I know not to raise my kids there?
Yes, it's called Rikers Island.
The hip-hop community. Move to the hip-hop community.
Yeah, can you imagine? Ken in Philly, what's up?
Oh, what's up, I just wanted to say, this shit isn't only in the rap stuff, man. We got the mayor of the city of Philadelphia saying the brothers and sisters run the city. Whereas, the guy in Congress a couple of years back, I can't think of his name, said the word niggardly, and he lost his job.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, well, he said that in a real conversation. It's a legitimate word. It just sounds racist, but it's not. And yeah, you're right.
Norton, you rock, by the way, brother.
Thank you, Angel Eyes.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart.
That's it, Ken. All right, let's go to Cigars and Scotch from whackbag.com.
I've been listening. I'm just curious. Is this show becoming more Afrocentric on the channel?
You should see the afros we're growing as we speak.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Bunching out.
I used to listen to the militant black station here in New York. It was WLIB years ago.
Yeah.
And it was like, just the most racist station I've ever listened to. Just constantly bashing white people. And, it was entertaining. It was fun. I listened every day because it was really funny. It was entertaining. They had one segment about how the melanin in your skin, they had an expert on there. The melanin in your skin actually affects your brain also and makes people with more melanin in their skin, which makes you darker, more intelligent. And this guy is just going on and on about how the blacker you are, the more intelligent you are because of the melanin in your body, in your system. And I'm listening, just
wow.
This great stuff. It was the most racist radio station on the dial and never really got... no one ever called him on it because it was black people, talking about white people. It was amazing stuff, though. I wish
fun
they
to
were still
listen
on.
to, right?
Very fun to listen to.
White management encourages it and is responsible for it. But can black people, can you stop seeing yourselves as helpless children? Whatever, like, how come why aren't you giving white people credit for all your fantastic accomplishments? Black History Month, you don't hear a lot about how fantastic white people are, but whenever there's a problem, it's white people's fault. You want to pass out blame? Fine, we'll take it. Give credit, too.
Mm-hmm. Well, we didn't invent the peanut oil.
Exactly. George Washington Carver, if I had enough of that motherfucker. Peanut oil stinks. Who cares? What are you good for? You rub it on your mule when you're whacking your bag? What good is peanut oil?
It's in everything.
He's a big deal.
Peanut
I'll take
oil
the
is,
phone or
wow.
electricity.
Peanut oil is in just about everything.
Yeah, is it really?
Yeah.
Like what, heart attacks? We'll take the phone, electricity, and space travel. You can have peanut oil.
Space travel. Like, that's just something.
Yeah.
There wasn't a bunch of inventions that helped us there that I'm sure some black people were involved in.
It was just one big invention,
oh, no.
space travel.
Peanut
space
oil
travel.
was a big part of space travel. What would they have eaten? That's actually what makes tang. It's peanut oil.
What is wrong with peanut oil?
Nothing at all.
Stupid peanut.
I should not know his name.
I enjoy a handful of peanuts every once in a
So
while.
do I.
All right, well.
So do I.
George Washington Carver.
I just don't care. He gets a high school for inventing peanut oil? If that's what he did, I don't know.
Big Rob.
Hey, how you doing, boys? What's up, Sugar Tits?
Hello, Rob. Thanks for calling the program.
I think the one thing Earl was missing is there's two main factions of the hip-hop community. There's this whole faction of militant blacks and they're the ones you see in the news, and they're the ones organizing these protests and all this shit. I hate whitey. And then everybody else. I mean, I'm a white kid, but I grew up in Baltimore. I'm living in Jersey now. Lots of black friends, all that shit. But none of my friends hate white people. I mean, and some of them do the hip-hop thing, some of them don't. But it's just ridiculous that everybody gets lumped into, like, one community. It's like saying Manhattan's all one community. It's just nonsense.
Well, dude, you have to look at, like, Baltimore has a really high murder rate, and Baltimore has always been kind of violent. How long did you live in Baltimore?
I lived there for about 10 years.
Baltimore.
I'm going down to Baltimore a little next week. I'm actually going to be down there for a few days. But I'm careful, man. I'll stay in the Baltimore Harbor, but I don't ever walk around downtown Baltimore because you were telling me the truth back in Baltimore, sir. Please continue. Well, I've read the case file of you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Man, when we take that train ride to D.C., how scary is it when it starts going
rolling
through Baltimore?
Through some of those areas. Wow.
Unbelievable.
You look out the window and,
where's that, guys? Where?
Look out the window.
Baltimore?
Baltimore?
Yeah, look out the window. It's just,
I like Baltimore.
You're amazed that people are living in some of those buildings.
Shacks.
John, what's up?
Hey, what's up, ladies?
Hi, John.
Ladies, yes.
Yeah.
John?
I can't hear you.
Oh,
That's
I think that's
fault,
his phone.
though. That's not us this time.
That's right.
Go ahead, John. No?
John.
I think he just panicked, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
He heard us, but I think he just panicked.
Nervous Nelly.
Let's go to Kevin in Jersey. Kevin?
Yo.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Hey.
As a semi-intelligent black man, I just had to throw this comment out there. If you guys remember Chris Rock's stand-up, his act, he said, there's black people and then there's niggas, and most black people can't stand niggas.
True, yeah.
That is the truth.
Well, it does a great disservice, like I said yesterday, to black people that have their families, they're working, they're contributing to society. It just must infuriate them 10 times more than it infuriates me. when they read this in the paper and stuff, because it affects the entire race. It just does.
Look, when I see white people, like, whether they're skinheads or Klansmen, I don't look at them as, like, a bad part of white. They're just dirtbags.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not embarrassed for them as another white guy. I don't give a fuck about them. They're just animals, and they're savage, cross-burning animals. Fuck them.
Yeah.
So I don't know why other black people would even care. Like, you understand? It's not even about hip-hop or people being violent. Be violent. Who gives a shit? That's your business. But just don't blame white people for your own actions. Stop it. They're millionaires. If you can't tell millionaires, hey, look, stupid, you're millionaires. Don't shoot each other. But Bill Gates and Steve Jobs shoot each other? For Christ's sake.
That'd be some battle.
Let's say hi to Floyd in Alabama.
Sissy pushing each other.
Hi, boys. How you doing today?
What up, Floyd?
Hi, Floyd.
Hey, I don't see what the problem is. The niggers are killing each other off, man. It's a win-win situation. Y'all have a good day. I'm punching out.
Here is Alabama.
No surprise.
Some things just never change.
Every time we take a call from Alabama, it's the same phone call.
Yeah, it's never encouraging.
And you know what the problem is with calls like that, people that have those opinions? It makes it harder for us to have an intelligent conversation about the subject, because then now we're talking like we're talking, and we're labeled, a lot of people would label what we're saying racist. Because of people like that, and they lump all that in the same category.
Sure.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying exactly. An example like that, I don't have any connection to that call or what that guy said. I'm not like, well, he's making the white community look bad.
Yeah,
do what you want, stupid. Run around with a Dixie flag tied to your cock and smack your mother in the face with it. I mean, I didn't mean to get sexy all of a sudden. I'm just raising an example.
All right, Anthony, we're going to take a break.
Uh-huh.
Want to play a little song here, though. And I want to make it perfectly clear this has nothing to do with 50 Cent.
Oh.
I don't want to be involved with the rap wars.
You think an Opie is going to get involved in the rap war?
I don't want someone to get confused out there. Because, look, let's face it, XM is in all the Escalades, okay?
That's true.
There's a lot of Escalades out there listening to our program.
Well, at least in April there will be. I don't see 50 in all of them ordering the premium channels.
We had a very honest discussion about the hip-hop community and 50 Cent. And we read his review. Sounds like his album's going to be terrific.
You're giving it a thumbs up.
Sounds like it's going to be a terrific CD.
Now, what about the other side that doesn't like 50? Now you're maybe getting them a little pissed off, Hope. I would just remain neutral.
All right, I'm neutral.
If this is what you're into,
all right, I'm neutral.
I hear it's good. But, But I don't really go for it that much.
It looks like it's going to be a terrific CD.
I'm going to line up with 50. I'm looking forward to the big drop. I understand that also it's being kind of coincided to do at the same time as the new Jim Norton CD.
Oh!
That's kind of what 50 was thinking, that he wanted our CDs to kind of drop at the same time.
Do you diss other comics on there?
Yeah.
Talk about Voss's teeth.
Yo, Rich Voss, you got teeth like Mr. Ed. And by dissing me, he doesn't shoot me. He just goes onto my blog and writes with his fucking horrible, retarded boy grammar. And then people think that I am also stupid. That's how Voss gets me back.
Can you imagine if there were comic wars? That'd be hilarious.
Yo, Bob Kelly, you're a sucker. Why don't you go to the hotel, you sink fucker?
Well,
B.
That wasn't bad. It rhymed.
Yeah, rhymes. You sink fucker.
So this has nothing to do with 50 Cent. I just want to play a piece of a song.
I don't like this. What is this?
From another rapper. That's all.
Oh, okay.
Gangsta Fag.
Oh, can we wait a while to play that? That's a bad segue.
Huh? I just want to separate myself from our discussion to move into another thing, which is another rap song by a rap artist called Gangsta Fag. That's all.
Good luck to you.
But I'm saying not only is this you're teetering on being dangerous, but this is very gay.
Well,
that's why I want to make it perfectly clear. It has nothing to do with the last 20 minutes of our program.
All right, Opie.
Hanging out in L.A. when this dude drove by in this really funky Benz. I could tell right away this motherfucker had ends. Was a white dude, about 30-something. Kept staring at me, yo, like he wanted something. He called me over and he asked for directions. I saw his dick was hard, so I peeped his card. I said, you lying, you know you ain't lost. You wanna suck my dick while I'm jacking you off. And he said, oh no, there must be a mistake. I got a wife and a kid and I'm very, very straight. So I said, take my number and my name. You can call me up when you're sick of playing games. As I walked away, yo, I knew he would call. Cause if you see one fag, then you see them all. He wants it. So what the fuck you think? He needs it. So what the fuck you mean? He wants it. Cause if you see one fag, now you see them all. He wants it. So what the fuck you need? He needs it. So what the fuck you think? He wants it. Cause if you see one fag, then you see them all. So I knew that he'd be climbing the wall. 1 week later and he finally called. He said his family's gone for a week or two, and he was really bored and needed something to do. So I drove to his crib up in Beverly Hills, a bomb-ass house worth a couple of mils. He said he wasn't gay, he just wanted to chat. And a half hour later he massaging my back. In his wife's room, he gave me some head. Went in the next room, fucked on his kid's bed. Fucked and we fucked like bitches in heat. I came on his face and all over the sheets. I knew that I was done when I started getting soft. I grabbed the kid's toy and I wiped my dick off. He's lying on the bed still trying to recover. I'm pressed and I'm out as my car burns rubber. He wants it. So what the fuck you think? He needs it. So what the fuck you need? He wants it. Cause if you see one fag, then you seen them all. He wants it. So what the fuck you think? He needs it. So what the fuck you need? He wants it. Cause if you see one fag, then you seen them all. The dick was so good that he just couldn't pass up. So hold that week, yeah, I'm tearing that ass up. Cause he left to ride him and he left to suck him. And after I was done, I let my homeboys fuck him. Now his punk ass calls me every day. I told him we were through, then he said he would pay. So now twice a week I'm getting paid to tap him. He laced me with the cash and the Visa Platinum. 1 month later and the cat's out the bag. Cause this motherfucker started dressing in drag. But I did my thing and I had my fun with him. It was time to cut him off because I'm done with him. Crying like a bitch and he's starting to beg. He's falling on the ground, holding on to my leg. Screaming, don't leave, please twist it, G. But this is what you get when you fuck with me. Ha! He wants it. So what the fuck you think? He needs it. So what the fuck you mean? He wants it. Cause if you see one fag, then you seen them all. He wants it. So what the fuck you mean? He needs it. So what the fuck you think? He wants it. Cause if you see one fag, then you seen them all.
Hello, I'm Twisted. This is Tom's wife. Tom is not gay, okay? I want you to stay away from Tom. He is not gay. We have a family and a son, and we have a life together. You stay away from you, son of a bitch. Twisted, this is Tom. I'm calling. I miss you, Twisted. Twisted, please call me, please. I miss you. I miss your fucking cock. I miss your fucking cock. I'm so fucking mad. I love you, Twisted. Please fucking call me. Don't do this to me, Twisted. Please. Fucking guys, please. Mr. Twisted, this is Tim, Mr. Timmy. I just want to know why my toys sticky and my feet, they keep sticking to me. Why? Why is my toy sticky?
What kind of a show are you guys putting on here today? Cancel all appointments.
Welcome to Radio Free America. America's ready. I'm ready. I mean, I want a million voices crying out in the wilderness. Jesus, let's get serious.
Now, take a deep cleansing breath. And begin.
Fix it. Guess who's back?
I'm over here now.
Back again. Nice head, Dick.
Bag it.
Guess who's back?
Oh, man.
Back again.
I don't believe it. Stupid. You're so stupid.
Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Back again. Guess who's back? Tell a friend.
Turn it off.
Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
Turn it off.
Oh, man, if I was older, I would totally start jacking off right now. What's all doing?
We're gonna have a problem here.
Okay, cut. All right, here we go. Hold your ears, folks. It's showtime.
The Opie and Anthony Show. M202. The Opie and Anthony Show.
I'm here. We're going to be broadcasting live for St. Patty's Day.
Aye.
Do we have details on that yet?
Aye.
Because that's only a week away or so, right? 10 days away, more or less?
Yeah.
I think we're going to do something at the Hard Rock Cafe here in New York City.
Oh.
Broadcasting live from 7 to 11 or something.
What day of the week is that?
I don't know. Maybe we could get some details rolling in. Steve? St. Patty's Day?
What day of the week is that, Steve?
Thursday, March 17th.
Why are you handing me something? Oh, dude, I can't talk today. You do it.
Oh.
I'm just hanging out here today.
Oh, I thought you...
No, is this official? This is definitely going down?
Yeah, Thursday, March 17th from the Hard Rock Cafe, 7 to 11 a.m. We'll be doing a live show.
Oh, 2 weeks from today, Anthony.
Very good.
Now, I'm hearing that you can't start drinking beer until 8.
8 in the morning?
I think that's what John said. Johnny Hard Rock said.
Is that the rules?
Yeah, the law is you can't start drinking until 8, so they got an hour buffer before they can start pounding.
So we'll start the show at 7. We're going to do the show in front of everybody?
I guess so, yeah.
Wow, we're
live at the Hard Rock. Huh?
That's a little strange. We're not good at that. No, we are. Well, we got to get some things going on, though, for the Hard Rock.
Yeah, we do. We need some
broadcast
entertainment for the listeners, or else they just stare at us.
They'll just stare and drink beer and puke on us.
Stare at you. They try to carry on conversations while you're doing the show. How about that guy? Whenever we have some of our listeners around, they'll try to talk to you while you're doing the show. Like, I'm here speaking to Opie. There'll be some guy off to my right, like, waving his hand and talking to me. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm busy here. I'm doing a show.
I'm doing a show for the whole country, and you want me to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Well, that's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
We're hoping for a nice turnout 2 weeks from today. And Boston broadcast coming. Thank you, Ben.
Ooh.
Also, speaking of the Hard Rock, this Friday, Brother Joe, U2 band, going to be down at the Hard Rock. I'm going to go check that out. So, what is it, Friday at 10? Oh, 2U and Evolution, the double-header. The Brother Joe double-header. You get to see the U2 cover band and the Journey cover band.
Do we have a taste of the Journey cover band? That just amazes me.
I know.
It absolutely amazes me.
At the Hard Rock Cafe, free admission. Festivities start at 10 p.m. this Friday at the Hard Rock. And, yeah, wow, that's where Joe gets up. And he's like, I guess Ross Valerie from Journey, the bass player. And then all of a sudden, he stopped. Hey, another band comes up. Oh, look, he's the Edge. He's the Edge from U2.
He tries to look like the Edge, too.
Well, he puts the little wool cap on. He puts the Edge thing. He's bought all Edge's equipment, so the guitar sound is impeccable. They're getting booked everywhere with the U2 band. It's amazing.
And the Journey band, it's
yeah, Hugo Valenti. He's the guy that is the singer.
Yeah.
And he's a dead ringer for Steve Perry, and sounds like him. It's pretty cool. That's the cover band. That's not really Journey.
Isn't that amazing? And that's Joe on guitar, no?
Yeah.
Or does he play... Oh, you said he plays bass?
He plays bass in the... I don't even know what he does in the Journey band anymore. I think it's bass in that band.
All right.
And then guitar in the YouTube band. Stone in Love. I remember this one.
You would swear this is Journey.
Yeah. All live harmonies. They can all sing. It's just like seeing Journey.
Well, Hugo looks just like Steve Perry, too.
I know. He's got the moves down, the expressions. He's always looked just like the guy.
It's creepy.
Right on the money.
I know. I had this idea. I want to do like Battle of the cover bands.
Battle of the cover. Will there be gunfire in the cover band community? You know, it's disrespectful.
We should get
battle
the best cover bands in America and have one big, huge contest.
Yeah.
When we get off the premium, we're going to be exposed to a lot more people. I think we should start getting that that going.
Sort of an American Idol for cover bands?
Why not, man?
That would be fun, because some of them are a goof. Some of them are really good, talented, they know how to do it, and others are such a goof, and they really think they're the person.
Yeah, they take it very seriously, yes.
If you want to get a lot of people, how about this? First prize is $50.
Ooh, $50.
Hey, where are you scraping that up?
That's right.
I'm trying to find one more hit.
Where's the hit? Ridiculous.
It really is, man.
It's ridiculous.
Come on, is there a better cover band out there than the Journey cover band?
Dude, with the exception of Sabracadabra, they are the best.
Sabracadabra.
Yeah, the best cover band I've ever heard.
Well, have them send something in.
Really
we'll listen
good.
to it on the air. That's what these bands could do. They could start sending in their music. Cover
bands?
Yeah,
tribute bands?
Yeah,
that's a great idea.
If you think you have a better cover band than what you just heard from Journey, or what's the name of it?
Evolution.
Evolution.
Because
yeah.
you need that tie-in to the band. You know, they're always named something that you can identify the band with.
But Joe's making a lot of money off the U2 cover band.
Yes, which is called To You.
To You.
Wait a minute, that's U2?
Here's a sample of To You.
All right.
Ant's brother Joe's band.
Live performance.
Hey, Joe, can you guys try taping through the soundboard? Rerun got a tape of the Doobie Brothers jumping up and down. Because I've seen them live in Boston, and I hate U2, and they sound exactly like U2. If you like U2, you'll love them. I don't like U2. But even I knew they sounded like them.
Yeah, they're much better than this. This is a real bad mix of the band.
It's a live show.
Yeah, I understand.
The singer's got the whole Bono thing down.
Yeah, all right. Well, there you go. If you have a cover band and you think you could beat, especially the Journey that we were playing, then send it in. And somehow we'll start some kind of competition down the road.
Patrick's checking in, telling me that my brother plays guitar in both bands now. He used to play bass in Evolution, but now he's on the lead guitar. And Patrick knows this because he's going out with my sister.
Ah, very nice.
Taken?
Yeah, sure.
She's very attractive.
Little Dawny. Hey, shut up.
I would be very respectful.
In the radio community, you don't talk to people about their family like that.
She's really hot.
Slinging lead.
Anthony's got a really hot sister and a really hot mom.
Hey, Jesus.
I mean...
Hey.
Oh, what?
What? Not
What
to
happened?
mention a pretty dishy brother.
Fuck that motherfucker! Yeah! I'm my cat!
Extremely hot, I must say. Very,
There you go.
very, you know what? You know,
Jesus! Don't do the wah wah wah.
He did
Not the wah wah wah.
The finger through the hole.
I saw that. My God, man.
Hey, Vic, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
You tell
Hey,
us.
man.
What's going on, Sweet Cheeks?
Welcome to the program, Vic.
Thanks, honey. Hey, I was just calling because, speaking of tribute bands, I don't know if you guys knew or not, but I think it was 2000, New Year's or Christmas, Great White actually did a tribute to Led Zeppelin called Great Zeppelin. And if you ever get a chance, I've got the stuff. I can send it to you if you want. But if you can find it, he is, I mean, if you didn't know, you'd think it was Led Zeppelin. I mean,
He's
it's
got that voice.
Well, we're going to go into our Gillette and see if we can get a taste of Great White doing Zeppelin. Great White also did a tribute to Jimi Hendrix.
Yes, not to mention a fine one to the Towering Inferno.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, they do a great version of Fire, I hear, too. Yeah, that's the joke I had before Jimmy stepped on me with his own Fire
But
joke.
I didn't step on you. I let you finish it. I just didn't get it. I thought maybe they did it.
Oh, give me Baby, I'm going to leave.
Rain.
People were asking where they could find the Brother Joe U2 and Evolution thing. It's the Hard Rock, Friday at 10, this Friday, at the Hard Rock in New York. Free admission.
You going to be there, Ant?
Yeah, I'm going to check it out.
Yeah, we'll check that out, right? All right, here's Great White doing a little Zeppelin, a little taste.
Better than Robert Plant ever could sing this song, by the way.
You heard this version?
Plant's live voice blows. Yeah, this guy does a great job. Hits every note.
That's unbelievable.
You'd never get that out of Robert Plant, even in his heyday.
All right, there you go, a little taste.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Great White doing some Zeppelin. So if you have a cover band and you want to, show off what you guys could do, or you know of a cover band, get in touch with them for us, okay? And you can send your CDs to Opie Anthony Cover Bands, 111 West 57th Street, Suite 500, New York, New York. Really? That's the zip code? I thought we were giving out another zip code. 10019. Yeah, 10 what?
10019, right, Hawk?
10019. Basically, it's the same address that you send in your self-addressed stamped envelopes for the WOW stickers, which is up on opieandanthony.com, okay?
There's a Billy Joel cover band called Big Shot.
Yeah. That's a cover guy.
Yeah. Isn't that just a cover guy?
Yeah. Whoa, hey.
And they try to look like the guy. There's websites that are really funny. We should troll a few and pluck some songs off because there's some really funny ones like Billy Joel or what's his name? Love on the Rocks.
Neil Diamond.
Yeah, Neil Diamond. There's plenty of Neil Diamond ones. And they are really bad. They come up with a bad wig on and stuff. Oh, awful. The shirt buttoned down to the belly button. Some real bad ones.
All right, Anthony.
You know what my favorite cover band is?
Yes?
Sabracadabra.
I know.
Sabracadabra. Sabracadabra. Great.
Yeah, I know there's a band called Dred Zeppelin.
Yeah, we know that.
Reggae Zeppelin songs.
Is it good or does it stink?
They're all right.
If you're into reggae,
Yes, Ben?
There's a Neil Diamond band, Super Diamond. They sell out like everywhere. They do big.
Super Diamond?
They're called Super Diamond, I think it is. Yeah, and they sell like Irving Plaza here in New York.
Oh, yeah, they sell out like crazy. All these things. ABBA cover bands and Heart cover bands. They sell out. People want to see this crap.
All right, moving on.
Most of the time, the cover band does the song better than the real band when they go out touring in their later years. The cover band's doing better than they.
I used to love the Doors tribute bands.
Oh, yeah.
There were a bunch of those growing up on Long Island.
Bo Holtz. Big fat version of the Doors. Great.
I remember one where I think I saw it like at Southampton College or something, outdoors, and the band's on stage, right? The Doors, they're starting with L.A. Woman or something like that, so it's a long intro.
That was one of the bands. They were called L.A. Woman.
So maybe it was L.A. Woman. I don't even know. And all of a sudden you're wondering where the lead singer is.
Yeah.
And he's being carried from the back of the crowd on a door. Completely like drunk and looking just like Jim Morrison. It was hilarious, and they just dump him on the stage, and he gets up and just sounds exactly like Jim Morrison.
Dumped him on the stage?
Oh, literally just dumped him.
I remember one Doors act, and they had a ladder in the back of the stage, and he would sing Mr. Mojo Risin' and climb up the ladder.
Yeah.
I know, it's hard enough for me to just say that.
He should sing the end while somebody chops his back with a machete. There's an Aerosmith cover band. The guy looks just like Steven Tyler.
Yeah,
I think it's called Draw the Line. Yeah, dead on.
Band.
Well, we'd like to hear some of these bands, so
absolutely
get us some of their stuff, and then maybe we'll get some huge competition going.
I tell you, $50 first prize up. I'm not even joking.
I'll tell you right now, I don't think anyone would beat Joe's Journey band.
That's pretty good.
That's what I say.
The look is there, the sound. That's what you need in a good cover band, good tribute band.
All right, Anthony, in the Post today, there's a very interesting story about Michael Jackson.
Oh, another one.
Yeah, well, every day, I mean, there's another story about Michael Jackson. The trial's going on. How's the trial going? Anyone, paying attention to that damn thing?
No surprises. It's the prosecution saying this is a predatorial animal that has been going after kids for years and getting away with it. And the defense is saying no surprises there either. They're just saying the parents are money-hungry gold diggers that were using Michael Jackson, and Michael Jackson is the victim. That's pretty much it. And I don't know what proof either side has, but they've been going back and forth with this for a couple of days now. And once the witnesses really get up there and start yapping, unless you get one of those real big moments where some kid comes out and points at Michael Jackson and goes, "That freak touched me." I don't know. It's up in the air. I don't know. Usually you can kind of gauge whether he's going to go to jail or not, but
I
not
think
this time.
Unless they have DNA evidence, I think he walks.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think he walks.
So supposedly they have a lot of verbal evidence, a lot of testimony from kids that they're going to say this guy had us drinking, there was some oral sex, some touching, so good luck to you.
Let me ask you a question. Leno is being a lawyer for Jay Leno asked the court to exempt the late-night funny man from a witness gag order so he can continue cracking trial jokes. Why is he a witness? Does anybody know? Are they just doing that to keep him quiet on late-night TV?
No.
Yeah.
The mother of the victim went to Leno. How's the story go? They asked for money.
Michael Jackson isn't the only person that she tried to get money out of.
Oh, okay.
Is what the defense is going after, and there have been some celebrities that they had gotten money from. She was going around with her sick kids saying we need money and getting money and then using it for DVD players, vacations, cars, things like that. And Jay Leno is one of those people that were approached, so I guess they're going to call him as a witness. But he's got to go on the Tonight Show every night and do jokes, and Michael Jackson case is huge, so it's kind of cramping his style. So they're looking to not have him be under this gag order.
Do you have that Leno joke?
Yeah, we got Leno's monologue. We'll play into break.
I love Leno, man.
But first, here's a story coming out of the Daily News, Rush and Malloy. Jacko and Chimp Tail, it gets hairy.
Jacko.
Jacko
Where did that
and
come from?
Chimp Tail.
Is that a Post thing, or is that an English, like, mirror thing?
Well, this is the Daily
Wacko
News.
Jacko.
I know. I read that. I forget where it came from.
They all just come up with their, their wacky titles.
But Jacko's huge. Like,
Yeah, I know.
where Jacko?
He loved it at first, I heard, because he got him publicity and, negative press is good
now
press.
Now he must hate seeing it.
Jacko.
You know, it's not like Jacko sells out another stadium or Jacko's album goes triple platinum.
Look at this face. He soaks himself in bleach. He should just be shot.
Yeah.
Sick of him.
He should be shot for bleaching his skin?
Yeah.
He's just a self-hating weirdo. Enough already. I liked him back in the days when he was doing...
And you are...
making a living being a self-hating weirdo.
Self-hating weirdo.
All right. Also a pasty white nothing. Point taken.
All right.
But the bottom line is he fucks kids and I... All right. You raised a good point. I apologize.
I'm starting to think he might be your hero.
Wow.
All right, well, the Daily News, listen to this story. It's unbelievable. The sex charges against Michael Jackson grow more bestial by the day.
Bestial?
Listen to this one. Just when you thought the King of Pop's reputation couldn't sink any lower, it turns out... Huh?
Is it beastly?
Probably bestial. I guarantee there's an I in there.
Bestial.
I can't even see the article.
All right, bestial. The sex charges against Michael Jackson grow more bestial by the day. Just when you thought the King of Pop's reputation couldn't sink any lower, it turns out Jackson's former brother-in-law, James DeBarge, has claimed the singer was up to some inappropriate monkey business with his chimp.
Monkey business with his chimp.
This guy who was married to Janet Jackson for a while says some crazy stuff. He basically saw Michael Jackson, all right? And he says he was changing Bubbles' diapers and just got carried away.
Stop it.
DeBarge said in a 1993 interview, which we've obtained. DeBarge added that during the alleged incident, Bubbles, who was just a baby, had a smile on his face.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The musician said Michael would call the trainer and have him bring Bubbles over to spend the night once in a while when he wanted some company. Bubbles dropped out of sight several years ago, prompting rumors that Jackson's father, Joe Jackson, shot the chimp after he caught him in bed with his son.
Are you kidding me?
This is in the Daily News today. This isn't the Weekly World News. This is a legitimate newspaper.
How do you know which one to shoot?
Oh, Jesus,
my
Jimmy.
God.
Jimmy.
That wasn't
That
what you...
is not right.
It's not what you think.
Oh, okay. Then it's funny.
Yes.
But yesterday, California animal trainer Bob Dunn confirmed to us that the chimp was in his care. He's in his 20s, said Dunn, who still works with Jackson, and he's doing fine. But
diddling with the chimp?
Well, that's what Janet Jackson's old husband there is claiming.
Wow. That is some allegation.
Claiming that he had some fun with the chimp.
Oh, poor little chimp tear rolling down his little chimp cheek.
Like an Indian looking at garbage. Just wants to be bounced around and maybe have a banana, maybe land on a pillow and be tickled.
Yeah. Nothing like what Michael was doing. All of a sudden the chimp's like, I know when something's wrong and this is it.
Yeah.
This isn't fun anymore.
Why is he shaving my ass? I'm not a baboon.
Let's say hi to Mike in Hoboken. Mike?
What's going on, boys?
Hey, man.
What's up, Butter Nipples?
Hey, Mike from Hoboken. Thanks for calling the program.
No problem. Bashir might have his own documentary thrown out as evidence because he wouldn't answer 4 questions to the judge, so he might also be held in contempt of court.
Who, the guy that made the documentary?
Yeah.
Oh, he's not answering some questions?
He's not answering how long he taped for, and there's, I don't, to be honest with you, I don't even remember the other 3 questions that he didn't answer. I just read it yesterday, thought I might give you a tidbit, and now I'm going to punch you.
You're hearing it here first from me. This case will just be thrown out of court.
I don't know. They seem to have a lot of evidence this time.
Nah, this is something's going to pop. I'm telling you.
It already did. It was his zipper when a youngster walked in.
Monkey's ass.
Well, as we go to break, you were talking about Leno.
Yes.
Here's his Michael Jackson stuff.
And can I say, this is why I love Leno, because the rest of these late-night faggots never would do a pedophile joke. This is NBC, and Leno's doing a pedophile
This is
joke.
a little cutting edge.
Dude, he's fucking a real comic.
Yeah.
I really mean, I love him. for that. Try that on CBS.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no Michael Jackson jokes. They don't like victims.
Man, you're obsessed with the Letterman thing.
I don't hate Letterman. I just despise the standards they put for comedians. They used to make comics wear suits. You know, a band can come on wearing a fucking, a severed skull attached to their shoulder. And as a comedian, go ahead, Bubbles, go up there and tap dance in a suit.
You had to wear a suit?
Real love for the art.
Wow. I thought they just wore the suit.
Oh, yeah, because that's how comics want to dress.
Yeah.
Like fucking undertakers.
Let me just say hi to Julie. Hey, Julie, what's up?
Hey.
What's going on?
I just wanted to call. I wrecked my car last week, and I haven't had XM.
Oh, yeah?
And I miss you guys so much. I can't even
you.
deal.
Thank you.
I was listening to you guys back in NEW, and I've told you that before, but, oh, my God, I'm miserable. Like, every day I come running home, and I'm, like, yelling at my husband, what went on, what went on? And like, he just keeps me in suspense just to piss me off.
Well, when are you going to get a new vehicle?
Well, I'm waiting for it to get fixed.
Oh, fixed.
What happened? You back over a dog?
No, I ran into a guardrail the other day in the snow.
Oh, you chicks can't drive worth a shit, man. Especially in the
no,
snow.
You know what, though? Like, two guys after me ran in over the same ice and did the same thing.
Black ice.
That's because you were there in front of them.
No, I was going already. I left.
What happened? You were going around a curve, it's all icy, and you figured you'd still do 30?
No, I was actually on the Taconic just driving along, and it went into a guardrail.
I don't know, honey. Home and tells her husband, and he's just like, oh, God, again.
So I just took off and went to the police station, and then after I turned around.
How many wrecks have you had in your driving career?
How many?
Yeah.
2.
That's it, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
2. My husband's wrecked more than I have.
Oh, how about that?
All right. Well, Julie, thanks. We appreciate that.
No problem.
Are you listening today? You listening today?
No, I'm listening to you on the phone.
Oh, that sucks. You missed some great radio already. Yeah.
I know.
She'll
I'm
catch
like,
the replay.
I haven't turned you guys off since you've been on in October. I mean, like, I haven't even explored any other channels on XM.
Remember Don and Mike?
Oh, God.
Well, Don,
Yeah.
this is the one of the big stories we're talking about today. Don ran over his little doggy
in the driveway.
Oh, shit.
Yep, killed his little doggy so he couldn't do his radio show.
Dog killer.
Backed over his
My
dog.
mom hit her cat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the cat ran into the tire as she was backing out.
I can think of another dog I'd like run over with a little black circle eye. How great would it be to see that little fucking awful thing backed over in a driveway?
Which one?
Maybe that's what happened
Serious.
to Lester.
Oh,
His body got kicked.
That little dog.
Faggoty cartoon little character. Look, guys. Ruff, 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 ruff. Yuck.
All right, Julie, thank you.
Thanks.
Shitheads.
I remember once my mom was in the driveway starting up the old Mustang, and we heard thud. It's like, what the hell is that? Popped the hood of our car, and there was a cat sleeping on the engine.
Oh, because it was warm.
Yeah, and the radiator fan smacked its spine and almost cut it in 2.
Did it die?
It was just, of course it did. It was just laying there. My mother's all freaked out. It wasn't our cat, so I didn't give a shit.
Yeah. All right. Well, back to Leno. Talking about Michael Jackson last night.
Well, let's see. Opening arguments have begun in the Michael Jackson trial. And the prosecution, for some reason, today ripped into Jude Law. Why? He's so unfair. What did he do? Why go after him? Well, it's interesting. Boy, they got right into it. The prosecuting attorney, Tom Seddon, said that Jackson presided over Neverland as a kind of haven for adolescent boys who were allowed to skip school, drink alcohol, view pornography, and stay up all night. You take Michael out of the picture, that's not a bad deal. I would go there now. I hadn't thought of going to Neverland before, but now...
Sounds good to me.
Actually, Michael was furious when he heard these allegations. At one point, he became so angry, he actually got some color in his face. It was amazing. Frightening thing. Oh, and the British journalist, Martin Bashir, this guy's kind of sleazy, too. He's the guy that did the documentary on Michael called Living with Michael Jackson. Well, he could be facing a jail sentence now for being in contempt of court after refusing to answer questions from Jackson's attorneys, which is kind of ironic. So Bashir's next documentary could be living in prison with Michael Jackson. I mean, wouldn't it be great if they got the same cell? That'd be kind of fun. Yeah, well, you know all the allegations, and Michael Jackson claims that his partners would sleep in the bed while he slept on the floor. You know, it's the same arrangement the Clintons have. You know, basically the same deal. And as you may have heard, I have been named as a possible witness in the Michael Jackson trial. Actually, I am not going to speak at the trial.
No?
No. What I'm going to do is tell my story with the help of some anatomically correct dolls. That's what I would do. It'll make it easier for me. Have you seen the celebrity list? It looks like a bad Cannonball Run movie. It's like Elizabeth Taylor. It's all these stars from the, somehow I got in. And do you see how they're going to be questioning the celebrities? Well, we'll take a look. Show today.
From Santa Maria, California, it's the Michael Jackson Trial, starring Larry King, Stevie Wonder, Elizabeth Taylor, Diana Ross, Kobe Bryant, Maury Povich, Deepak Chopra, Nick Carter, and center square, Jay Leno.
I want to thank my agent for getting me that center square. That's the one you want. And today, Michael Jackson's lawyers tried to portray Michael as the victim. Well, you can understand that. I mean, when are these 12-year-old boys going to learn no means no? You know what I'm
For to listen to Opie and Anthony is more good than to work in the fruit roll-up factory making a fruit roll-up.
When I was in Russia, we work and make things that's so much better than your American.
Because what do you? Let me just. Well, you already know, but
you don't want to work. Work good for you,
right?
Why you don't want to work?
I was farting so bad, and it stunk so bad.
You fat American,
right?
Russia is so much better than you, my friend.
I think that would be something that maybe people should need to know.
Okay, back to work.
Sam 202. The Opie and Anthony Show.
Tomorrow on the program, Anthony, the debut of the Vag Pump.
No way, that's tomorrow?
The debut of the Vag Pump on the Opie and Anthony program tomorrow. We discovered this little device while we were out in Las Vegas for the porn convention. And the fine people that make the Vag Pump gave us one to use. And, of course, Martini Steve is lining up the girls as we speak.
Nice.
Stop it.
Kick-Ass Productions does that.
Where is he going to get these girls?
I don't know. Let's get Steve in here if we can.
Because this isn't something you just invite some girl in off the street to do. This Vag Pump, we saw pictures of the results of it when we were in Vegas, and oh my God. Big, just nasty, swollen, red, bloody mess.
Nice.
That's what was in Don Geronimo's driveway, too.
You got girls lined up for the Vag Pump for tomorrow?
Oh, yeah. It certainly looks like it. I'm praying to God they don't get freaked out.
Oh, boy.
Well, pitching, supposedly 3.
Have they ever done anything like that?
No, and that's why I'm crossing my fingers, because these chicks tend to flake whenever, they get faced with this. The initial response is, yeah, sure, sounds like fun. Then as they start to see pictures and video, they go,
they understand what this entails.
Yeah, well, exactly. It's you send them pictures, and it's not like this thing is supposed to be painful. Every video I've ever seen of this thing in action features a woman moaning in ecstasy. So I'm assuming it feels good. Yeah.
Where did you get the pump?
Jeff from Kick-Ass gave me the thing, and he gave it to Norton and I when we were at dinner that one night in L.A. and we tried it out on our arms.
You did?
Yeah.
Did you raise a hickey?
Yeah, exactly.
You did.
Oh, that's what you told your wife.
What?
It attacked my neck.
Yeah, and my ball bag.
Yeah, it looks like a plastic version of what the hell are those masks?
Like an oxygen mask.
Yeah, thank you. A plastic little oxygen mask, but it's transparent and plexiglass, and you put it on the,
vag.
The vag. Yeah, thanks. All right, I was trying to skate
What
around
if it sucks the whole womb out?
It doesn't do that, though. It just, it just forms a vacuum and makes the skin puff up. And makes it really, really sensitive, apparently.
And you know it's working when the head and face start to get, like, shrunken?
Yeah, it's pulling her head into her neck.
Yeah. When her ears are at shoulder level, stop pumping.
So we've got some girls lined up, and we can always take more.
Who are they?
They are...
Are they porn chicks, I mean? Or
yes,
yes.
Is it plug-in or batteries?
No, it's not powered, but it's just it's got a pump on it.
It's got a hand pump.
It's got like a little hand pump and what looks like a tire gauge on top.
Really? And you just kind of pump the air out. What does it tell you to pump it down to, a certain level, and then you leave it?
No, this did not come with any instructions.
No instructions?
Yeah.
So you just slap it on.
You slap it on, form a tight seal, and just pump until the skin starts to raise up, and then you wait a little bit until it gets a little comfortable, and then you do it a little bit more, then a little bit more.
Oh,
we're going to see
Who the hell came up with this one?
Yeah.
Look at Jimmy. I got a rod. It's so hot.
God. It is not hot.
It's not hot.
Fat ones.
The final result is quite disturbing.
Oh, it looks like Bubbles' ass after Michael Jackson's done with it.
It does. It kind of looks like
puffy
mandrill ass.
Do you want some girls to just show up tomorrow?
Yeah, please.
Maybe some girl just walking off the street as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
A regular girl?
Yep.
That'd be cool.
Girls can't be shy. Like, put that across. You can't come in here and be shy about something like this. We're going to see your snatch.
It's not going to hurt either. Relax. There's no plug-ins like he said. It's just silly.
Come on.
Come on. Then maybe Patrice can come in with his fuck swing, and we can just push you around the room and put lamps in your ass. Or something else that he'd enjoy. Sexual sociopath. Yeah, glass dildos.
I can't wait to get Patrice back on the program.
Yeah. Gotta see a filth bag.
But tomorrow it's the Vag Pump on the Opie Anthony program.
Yeah, God willing.
I don't know if I want to see this.
I do.
I want to see it, but I don't know. It does nothing for me as far as being a sexual thing. It's like a freak show kind of thing. I want to see it, but it's not going to be like Jimmy where he's adjusting himself, thinking about it.
All right.
Ripping clear stuff.
And people will be able to check out some pictures and video.
Oh, yes, they will. Oh, yes, they will.
Speaking of which, how's Rate My Wow going?
It's going very well. Jeff pulled an all-nighter, got every picture up, so I gotta thank him for that. And then we got like 4 new ones overnight.
So, Steve started a new website, RateMyWow.com. Yeah. It's linked to all the other websites, and basically it's all the old photos of girls flashing us, right?
Yeah, it's just all the old wow photos of just boobs and wow pictures and, pairs and, several boobs, and it's just great.
Yeah, that was one I made last night. I had to have some fun with Photoshop.
Wait, you did that one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I put Don's face on Cruella de Vil's body.
It's a new movie, 100 Dalmatians?
Oh, and that one, too. I was a little bored last night, so I jumped on Photoshop.
Yeah,
Casey Kasem popping out of the hedges at Don's house with a dead dog laying in the driveway. And Casey's saying, how the hell can he come out of a goddamn up-tempo number into a goddamn dog dying?
Yeah, you got to go to whackbag.com and go to Photoshop. There's always some good Photoshops going on every day that have something to do with the program, so... All right, so RateMyWow.com's going well, and you go on there, you check out topless girls, and then you rate them and stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly. And guys, stop sending in pictures of yourselves. That's really awful. You guys,
what?
Yeah, these guys are sending in pictures like guys in
What's
their
wrong with guys?
Dorm rooms holding up big wow stickers. I'm like, guys, no, it's defeating the purpose. Like every other picture is of boobs, and some dope in his dorm room is sending me a picture of himself. I don't think, dude, I don't want to see that.
That's
hey,
fun.
Click on, go up, up. No, I said up. Down,
up, he said.
Down. One right there. From a distance, though.
Wow.
Jesus.
That could be like
huge.
As far as big boobs go, that could be the nicest set of big boobs I've ever seen, man.
I saw the little thumbnail from a distance, and they really stood out.
And she's from Cleveland, it looks like, right?
Yeah. Those look familiar. Like,
how
has she ever been on the show?
I could tell you like some of the girls' names by just looking at their boobs.
Yeah, she looks like
no.
one of the girls that were on the show.
That's quite impressive. Yes.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of boobs to check out at RateMyWow.com.
Yeah, go back, look at all the thumbnails. There's plenty of them.
Oh wait, I was gonna play. All right, hold on. Tell Steve-O to hang out there for 1 second. He might go. Oh. Steve-O was supposed to call us around 6 this morning.
Get him.
And he's finally calling in from Los Angeles. Steve-O!
Yeah, dude.
What happened to you, man? You were supposed to call like 2 hours ago.
Well, that shit, man. You know what? I told your guy that he was better off calling me because I was a wreck.
What happened? Why?
Oh, nothing, man. Like, I was, I'll level with you, and I feel pretty unaccountable for what I say on digital radio.
Right.
I was in the middle of a big drug binge.
What were you taking?
Well, I got snowed in West L.A.
Snowed in. Wow, he loves the coke.
But, yeah, so then, I don't know, like, I had kind of a wild weekend. Then my necessary hibernation went down. Yeah. And then I found out that I had to film this morning some stuff. I'm going to be on Jay Leno on the 9th.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
What are you going to do on Jay?
It's my 4th time on Jay Leno. I'm really psyched.
What do you do when you go on his show?
Well, we'll play some clips. I filmed one special for Jay Leno. Then they're going to load up a kiddie pool full of alligators, and I have to frolic around in the pool until I get bit.
Yeah, I've seen you get bit by alligators.
Laugh.
Pretty funny.
Yeah, now I'm not, like, you guys want digital radio, right?
Yeah,
and now I'm reduced to a digital TV star. Because my Wild Boys show's on MTV2 now.
Oh, it is?
But yeah, check out how cool the guy I was. I took a fistful of pills to try to make myself tired early last night, you know?
Yeah.
Because, because I think at last minute I gotta film in the morning.
What kind of pills?
Vicodin and Xanax. Quite a bit of Xanax.
A lot of Xanax, huh?
Oh my God, I'm in love with that stuff.
Mellows you out?
Yeah, it makes you tired when when you've only been awake for a few hours.
Right.
Yeah, so how have you guys been? I'm single again. Remember I was dating that really rad model?
Yeah, what happened?
Well, I don't know, man. Now I've been back on the road, and, our relationship just couldn't handle the separation.
I thought you guys were completely in love.
Yeah, she was a knockout, man. She was, like 6 foot tall, right?
Yeah, no, she's amazing, yeah. She's amazing, but, I don't know, dude. Like, I'm a bachelor.
So what is it?
A lot to be said for being a bachelor, I think.
Back to D?
Oh, yeah.
Steve-O, you sound really out of it, man.
Yeah, I really am, man. Like, I was dead asleep when you guys called. But, I love you guys that much.
Very good, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Aren't you worried about ODing?
Oh, man, no, dude. Like, actually, last night I thought I might be pulling kind of a River Phoenix diet, is what I was thinking. And I was like, yeah.
Wow, dude.
You are so fucked up.
Dude,
a real 3-course River Phoenix meal.
Do you want us to call call someone to help you out? You sound like you might need some help.
No, man. I'm actually really excited, man. Like I got Leno coming up on the 9th. The season premiere of the 3rd season of Wild Boys is premiering on MTV2 on March 11th. So that's rad. And then I got my Steve-O box set comes out March 18th. And then, I don't know, I got a pretty big month coming up, so expect me to be really high or drunk, but probably both.
Yeah, well, you got to stay alive if you're going to have a really big month, bro.
I know that's true. Oh, and I forgot to say, shit fuck. Yeah,
there you go.
Radio. I'm not allowed to say shit fuck all I want, right?
You can say whatever you want, Steve-O.
Oh, man, what a pleasure.
Are you going to be all right, though?
Yeah, I'm going to be absolutely fine. I'm going to go right back to bed, and then I'm going to wake up, and I believe I'm going to be attacked by an animal around 10 a.m. California time.
Yeah, you want to tell us about this party? It sounds like you had a great party, man.
Well, no, there hasn't really been a party. Like, I was just trying to get in bed early to be professional, for my filming.
You can barely understand what he's saying.
But
it sounds like a lot of the
I have
it
been
sounds like
one
wheelchair Fred.
promiscuous slut lately.
You can't understand it.
Oh my God! And we were filming Wild Boys in Mexico, and I met this little sweetheart. So I'm flying her in. I'm flying in Mexican merchandise.
You've met a Mexican chick and you're flying her in?
Yep, she gets in this afternoon.
Illegal alien?
Yeah, she says, I don't know how that shit works, but
she doesn't know how it works. She's just
before she said.
Oh, okay.
She's a real deal. She hardly speaks a word of English.
Is she your
mule?
Neither do you.
Speak the international language.
We got something in common.
Is she your mule?
Yeah, we're gonna speak the international language. I'm probably gonna eat her ass.
Yeah, that pretty much. There's no mistaking that when you're eating ass. You can't really rule that in the translation.
It's something that I've just recently picked up. I didn't really I never discovered the joys of ass eating. But girls love it.
Hey, Steve,
let's face it.
Steve-O, how much...
not a lot of girls are going to ask you to eat their ass.
No.
None of them are going to damn well tell you to stop.
Right, you are.
Steve-O, how much coke did you have over the weekend?
Enough to stay awake for a couple days.
Couple days straight?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then a handful of pills to get you to go to sleep.
Yeah, so actually there were a couple of coke binges in the last few days. Turns out that the last few days was quite a long one.
And you don't worry about taking too many sleeping pills or too many Xanaxes?
I actually had a friend recently die, not to make light of it, but it turned out they died of taking alcohol and somas. And I thought somas were really mellow pills. But I don't know, it's like my attitude about anything else, I drink tap water on every continent, just to build my immune system and make it stronger.
Yeah, that's
true.
And
I think really the more pills I keep taking all the time, the less likely I'll be to OD. I'm really just trying to beef up my immune system.
You drank tap water in Africa, didn't you?
Yeah, Africa, Indonesia.
How crazy is
all over the place. I may deliberately drink tap water.
How bad was the...
If it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger.
How bad was the liquid diarrhea?
Really, I can't say it was too bad.
No.
Hey, I want to tell you guys, man, I feel really honored that, I just got this random call yesterday. You guys said how you missed me, and, fuck yeah, man. I really feel the love, dude. And
we love the Steve-O. We love the Steve-O.
I hope to get out to New York soon, and boy, will I be a mess.
Well, last time you were here, you were sleeping in the hall next to the elevator.
Yeah.
Waiting to go on our show.
I was taking it pretty easy. But yeah, and you guys are morning, it's a little bit tougher. Back in the good old days when I'd come in there in the afternoon, oh man, pure gold.
Those were the good old days, you're right.
I know. I'll be really thinking of what to do when I get back in there next time.
Yeah, you got to come up with something really good.
I'm glad you called to check in, and over here in Steve-O land, everything's just happy as can be.
Cool, Steve. Thanks,
Hey,
man.
Steve-O, before you go, could you say I'm not an animal?
I am not an animal.
There you go.
Thank you, Steve-O.
I'm a very sensitive individual.
Of course he is.
Dude, stay alive, will
I'm
you?
gonna go back to sleep, guys. I really appreciate you calling to check in on me.
You sure you want to go back to sleep?
And if you thought I was wasted last time, wait till you see me tonight.
I think that's what Marilyn Monroe said. It didn't work out for her.
No.
I'm just gonna go back to sleep.
Hey, you guys are fantastic, man. I'll let you know when I come to New York, dude.
All right.
And it's on.
All right, Steve-O. Hang in there.
All right, hey, man. All the best, guys.
All right. Thank you, Steve-O.
Thank you.
All right, there you go, Steve-O.
There it is, the last interview with Steve-O. That could possibly be his final interview.
Wow.
Oh, my God. That guy is gone. He is so fucked up. I wanted to get involved on the Rate My Wow. I wanted to take a look at it, so I went to Foundry Music.
Okay.
And then I went to Opie and Anthony, and I'll be damned if I could find it anywhere.
What? There's no link on opieandanthony.com?
Well, maybe on opieandanthony.com. I went right to Foundry Music. Isn't it there? Isn't it hosted on Foundry Music? And then I go, and I'm looking for it.
Steve.
I even put in Rate My Wow in the search engine for Foundry, and I came up with no results for Rate My Wow. It is the hardest site to navigate. I don't care what Steve C says about he's re-engineered it, he's had people work on it. I can never find anything on Foundry. Steve, where is Rate My Wow on Foundry Music?
Oh, it's actually, we haven't put it up yet.
Oh, well, there you go.
We put it right at the top of OpieAndAnthony.com. It's one of the top links.
I go to FoundryMusic.com when I look for all my Opie and Anthony needs.
Sorry.
But it's on OpieAndAnthony.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
just
sorry.
want to clear that up because I think a lot of people went to Foundry Music looking for it.
I'm sorry.
And if you can't find it right away on Foundry, you just assume that it's lost somewhere and you spend hours looking for it.
No, you don't
like
get lost anymore.
God, I don't remember signing this girl's boobs. They're beautiful, too.
No, I don't remember that either.
That's pretty cool.
A lot of boobs. Very good. Some nice, some, not so, ooh.
Whoa,
wow.
Hey, look at that.
Hey, Rock, look at my nose.
There's something you don't see every day. Anyway.
The torpedoes.
Yeah, check it out for yourself. RateMyWow.com. Someone made a song about the new website already.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's not the best, but I just thought it was neat considering we only announced it yesterday. This guy came up with a song.
All right, let's take a quick listen.
RateMyWow.com. You're infected. Now spread the virus.
Here comes the virus.
You're infected.
We have a lot of hip-hoppers that listen to us.
A lot of hip-hop.
What happened to the rockers that used to listen to us? Every song parody that comes in is a hip-hop thing.
Popular with the brothers.
Take coats off, take shirts off, take tops off, take bras off. Let's see those tits. Get off. Wear them out, don't make me soft. Show what you want, as long as you do. Make my noise and doing come through. You're beautiful, just look at you. You know what it is that you need to do. Wear them out, show your tits. Wear them out, expose them lips. When it hits yeah, head gets out. We wanna see those breasts, even if they're a mess. Now ain't this something you wanna get off your chest? Let's see those boobs. What that dude? We're sick, horny, perverted, twisted dudes. Not trying to be rude. Just lean out the fruits. Nature made them so you can provide food. So wear them out. Show your tits. Wear them out. Expose their lips. Pretty titties, 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 pretty titties. Show your tits. Show your motherfucking tits.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, terrific.
That's it. Yeah. That's what that song needed.
All right, well, there you go.
Yeah.
I don't know what to think of that. RateMyWow.com. That was from Johnny Five, by the way.
Got a girl in the supermarket holding up a bag of Lay's Wow potato chips and showing her boobies right there in the supermarket.
Yeah, I'm going to spend some time on this website after the
There's
show.
some really, really cool wows there.
And Mike from Long Island. Mike, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
Hey, I just want to let you know, I think Steve C. Screwed up the Foundry cut, the promo.
What'd I do?
He spelled it wrong.
Oh, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. It just goes real fast.
You sure?
Positive, dude. I edited it. It just goes real fast.
Whoa, look at Steve.
Criticize my editing.
Defensive.
No, it's not defensive. He's just wrong.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Hey, where did Jimmy go?
Jimmy left a while ago.
Jimmy had a hard on when we were talking about the vag pump, and then he pointed to his gut and made the sign of my tummy hurts, and then he just took off.
He's probably jacking. Probably got in there, had to take a dump, and he's sitting there going, I got to.
Sometimes he gets so worked up that he has to go off and jerk off.
He's got to go and jack it.
We'll see if he's honest with us when he comes back.
He's an addict.
All right, Ant, why don't we take a break? Quick break. Get into a couple other stories when we return. Also, I think still to come on the show today, Frank Caliendo calling in.
Uh-huh.
And also The Rock.
The Rock says...
Dwayne Johnson.
He's not The Rock. No, he's still The Rock, right?
Playing a gay...
Can he use that name? Yeah. How is that possible?
Vince gets a cut every time he uses it.
Ah, that's how it's possible.
Every movie he does, you see at the end it says WWE Films kind of tie into it.
Really?
Yeah.
So he can use The Rock, but he's got to get...
but Vince,
and
he
Vince has to give
owns The
permission?
Rock, but Vince gets a cut of it, too.
Well, The Rock is an interesting guy. He's playing a gay character on this Be Cool movie.
Oh, is he?
The Get Shorty
sequel.
Sequel. And I guess what happened, the WWE just let his contract expire.
Really?
Yeah. And then, so The Rock isn't part of the WWE anymore, but Vince said it was just an oversight and that they want to work out a new contract with him, right?
I'm sure they want to, but I
All
don't
he's
think
doing
he
now
wants
is
to.
special appearances.
Yeah.
He's not wrestling full-time.
He
He'll just
doesn't
show
have
up
to.
every now and then.
If I was The Rock, I mean, he was so huge with the WWE, WWF, whatever. You know, I wouldn't actually wrestle anymore.
No, why bother?
And risk the chance of, getting paralyzed or something.
Bad injury.
He's a big action hero now.
An actor.
He's a movie star. He doesn't need that.
That's right.
I mean, I respect the guys in the WWE, but would you take the big chances that they do if you're a movie star?
I think they're all gunning to get into the position where they can leave.
Right.
You know? I mean, I'm sure they enjoy it, but truth of the matter is, I'm sure they would love to be in The Rock's position where they get enough popularity then they can move on.
There you go. All right. I don't know. We'll see where Jimmy went, and we'll continue in just a bit.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show. Your home for good, clean, wholesome family entertainment. Wow.
That is such a long way to go just to say.
It's the Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony, XM 202.
Here is Reggie. Hey, Reggie, how are you?
Hey, what's going on?
What's happening, man?
Can I suck your seed?
Opie and Anthony suck.
Punch it out.
What the hell was that?
I knew that one.
The guy said he wanted to suck on a seed, and then he said, jib, 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 jib. What does that mean? No idea. Never heard of it in my life.
That's probably the 30th time he's called it today.
Really?
Guy said he wanted to suck on a seed. What's a puker?
Ya puker.
If you're just tuning into the program, make sure you listen to the replay. The show starts off with a bang. There's about 12 more of those calls as we attacked Shannon Burke down there in Orlando, Florida yesterday. Very funny, though. That was my favorite one. What happened, Jimmy? What happened?
First of all, my throat is starting to get sore. Why don't they just sell penicillin over the counter?
It would be very dangerous.
Would it?
I think so. People would take it for the littlest thing, and it would people would start building up a tolerance to it.
All right, well, I got to get some penicillin. I think I'm starting to feel whatever
it's
in my throat.
This one's brutal, dude.
All right,
brutal.
Thanks to Hawk. Hawk licks the microphones when we leave just to get us all sick.
Bunch of sickies.
Mine started with a little gulp.
Yeah, well, I had that too.
A little gulp, and now it's upper respiratory infection. I got the.
where you have to go, swallow real hard because it feels like there's something back there, but it doesn't go away.
I didn't sleep all night.
Yeah,
because I was just gulping all night. I'm on the super penicillin, so I'm just waiting for it to kick in because usually that takes care of it like that.
Isn't that the penicillin in the wheelchair with the respirator? No.
Hey, where is Kryptonite?
Well,
got a good version of Kryptonite?
What happened was I felt some intestinal cramping.
Yeah.
As in the middle of Steve-O's call, and I realized that I was going to probably shit in my slacks. So I traipsed into the restroom and cleaned off the seat and papered it and sat down. And
was it really working up when you were trying to clean off the seat? Because, your body kind of knows when you're going in there, and it gets kind of rough right at that last minute.
Yeah, it begins gurgling.
Yeah.
And I sat down and nothing would come out.
Oh.
A little plink, and then finally it did.
That's because you were nervous that the show was going on and time constraints, so you sit down and you can't relax.
I wanted to go in and just sit down and fire out one the length of a banana and the consistency of toothpaste. They say that's healthy.
Oh, God.
Oh. The type that gently sink like a well-oiled submarine.
Got a little something for you.
All around the toilet bowl, Big Monkey chased the weasel, but Weasel has the diapers on. Goes the weasel. Big Monkey takes the diapers off, wipes the weasel's bottom, puts clean diapers on, and then goes the weasel.
Yeah, there you have it.
That's disgusting.
I smell promo.
Disgusting little
Poop goes
song.
the weasel with us talking about crapping.
Ooh.
There's been enough crap discussion on this program.
Please.
Write that one down, Eric. Write that one down.
More than enough.
Hope has an idea.
I got to confess, we thought you might have went to the bathroom to whack off. Because you get worked up
Hearing Steve-O talk?
No. Before that, because we were talking about the vag pump.
No.
You showed us your rod, and you've been known in the past to go off and whack off because you're so worked up, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't do that in the
All of a sudden you left, and we're like, well, he's either going to take a dump or he's going to whack off.
Never taken the work jerk?
Very
Never done
rare.
the work jerk?
You've done the work
job?
jerk?
Years ago.
I have, but it's rare.
Yeah. Take the work jerk. It's one of those things where you're at work and you go into the bathroom and there's a lot of playboys or swanks laying around or something like that. You kind of look at it, you start thinking like, it won't take long. Kind of relax me a bit.
Then it makes you tired for the rest
It
of
does
your work
make
day.
you tired, then you just don't do any work.
Then you're like,
I think I'm going to go home. A little early. The work jerk.
I can't sit on the toilet like that and do it. I have to stand. I've done it over toilets before, but I have to stand because I have to lie down with my toes pointed straight out. I look like I'm in rigor. I'm such very unsexy. My left hand tweaks my nipple, and I go into this like zone, especially when I'm online. If I'm sitting in the chair, I kind of get high almost, like for an hour. I'm just kind of like stopping myself before I finish.
Right. And then you finish and go, what was all the hubbub?
Now I got to face life, my fat tits and my appendix scar, just like I remembered before I started.
Had an hour of fun and joy and pleasure in life, and now it's just back to me.
I was the man in that picture having his hog slobbered on, but now I'm just little Jimmy Norton, failure at large.
Jimmy Robinson for a while with the cape.
That's right.
Now you're just Jimmy Norton again.
Anthony, you just reminded me of something. It's a quickie.
All right.
A quick hi, Mom.
Which one is that?
Hi, Mom. I got fired from work for masturbating.
Right. Yeah.
Listen to this.
Hey, Chad.
Hey, what's up?
I hear you want to play Hi, Mom. I got fired for masturbating.
Yes, I do.
Is she going to buy this?
My mom's really gullible.
All right, relax.
What?
Jim's pointing at me. Is that your voice? Yeah, it is.
Oh, God.
I started radio when I was 12.
Yeah, listen to that.
Hey, Chad.
Hey, we got your mom on the phone.
That was very hurtful, Jim.
Well, I just didn't sound like you. I couldn't believe that was you.
You weren't sure, and you're pointing at me. Is that your voice?
Who
I'm
is
like,
that?
yeah, it's my voice.
Hey, we're the only station that really rocks. You're listening to Opie and Anthony's show.
The Ethel Merman and Anthony show.
Things are swell. We got your mom on the phone.
Well, I don't know. I think when we used to record stuff back then, like it recorded just slightly fast.
Is that it?
Because there's a lot of old stuff that just sound sped up a bit.
Oh, high voice.
Yeah, a little
Yeah,
bit.
there you go.
Hey, Chad.
Hey, what's up?
I hear you want to play Hi, Mom. I got fired for masturbating.
Yes, I do.
Is she going to buy this?
My mom's really gullible.
Hold on the line. It's ringing, bro. Good luck.
Hello?
What's the problem now?
It's ringing, bro. Good luck.
It's ringing, bro. Good luck.
Good luck.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
Autumn turns to winter, and then winter turns to spring. It's not just seasons, you know, it goes for everything.
Where's Opie's part?
Is
that him?
Yeah,
No.
You gotta take a lesson from Mother Nature, and if you do, you'll know. When it's time to change, then it's time to change.
Got your mom on the phone.
I come along for the ride, don't you see? When it's time to change,
All right.
you got to rearrange who you are and what you're gonna be. Sha-na-na-na-na-na-na-na, sha-na-na-na-na, sha-na-na-na-na-na-na. Day by day, it's hard to see the changes you've been through.
A little bit of learning, a little bit of growing, all adds up to you.
When Dad tries to touch you.
A girl's a woman too. And if you want to reach your destiny, here's what you've got to do.
Dad has AIDS, you know. Dad has AIDS.
Oh, it's time to change your last name because you're embarrassed. Time to change your
melanoma.
Open sores on my face. Sitting in court with $10, my lawyer. Marches in my name.
In the dumper. When it's time to change your diaper because you don't have control of your faculties.
Sha-na-na-na-na-na to make a quilt. Sha-na-na-na-na-na.
Autumn turns to winter, you'll be dead by spring.
Easier to bury you in summer because the ground isn't frozen. Oh, it's time to change.
You're the worst at rhyming.
I wasn't supposed to rhyme.
I know.
Time to change that coffin order for a skinnier one.
Got to rearrange those flowers. No more tulips, because that's what got him in trouble. It's time to rearrange.
That's horrible. Horribly funny.
Sha-na-na, ho 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 ho.
Anyway.
Your dad's a fag. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
Oh. Where's my ACT? Oh, very good.
Yeah, well, where were we?
Opie's high voice.
Oh, yeah.
That's where we were.
That's where we were, huh?
No.
So it's, hi, Mom, I got fired from work for masturbating.
Hi, Mom, Dad's losing weight.
Hi, Mom, Dad had to punch another hole in the old belt again.
This was supposed to be just a quick little goofy bit.
Certainly was.
You don't understand. There's nothing on this show that can't turn into a 10-minute Robert Reed's AIDS joke. Nothing. We could segue into Robert Reed's bloodstream from anywhere in the country.
Well.
Yeah.
Time to change when white blood cells are getting the shit kicked out of them. When your body attacks itself. No, 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 no.
Oh. We'll tell friends it's pneumonia instead of having AIDS.
It's time to fuck. I had a decent one, too. It's time to change. Oh, God, we're so ashamed.
All right. Yeah, Opie's a high voice. Hi, Mom. I got fired for masturbating at work. That's where we were.
Hey, bro, good luck.
Hello? Mom?
Yeah?
Can you pick me up from work?
How come I can't hear you?
Can you pick me up from work?
Yeah.
I got fired.
What?
I got fired from work today. Can you pick me up?
No way.
Please? Pick me up.
What the heck happened?
It's kind of embarrassing.
What are you going to tell me?
I was in the stockroom, and someone walked in on me when I was masturbating.
What?
I got caught masturbating in the stockroom.
Did
You're
they
going to have to
fire?
pick me
Did
up.
they
They
give you a
fired me right
warning?
then and there.
What are you, nuts?
Just come pick me up, will you, Mom?
Chad, you're supposed to do stuff like that in the privacy of your own home.
I know, it's embarrassing, Mom. I don't...
So where were you, at a payphone or something?
No, I'm at work, and, you know, I'm here. You know, everyone's been looking at me and laughing at me and stuff. It's just come pick me up, will you, please?
All right. You want me to meet you out back?
Yeah, just pick me up where you dropped me off this morning.
All right, you okay?
Well, besides my pride, I'm, you know, embarrassed. Just pick me up as soon as you get a chance.
All right.
Thanks.
All right, I'll be there.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, my God, dude. What the hell's wrong with you?
How was that?
That was awesome, actually.
She's going to be pissed now.
Wow, I can't believe you said that to your own mother.
That was awesome.
Piretta from Cleveland, Ohio goes, ja-ja-ja-ja-ja-ja-ja-ja, ja-ja-ja-balog.
You know what I did when I found out he had AIDS? I sang, ha 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 ha.
Mike, what's going on?
Mike.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Mike.
Hey, I just wanted to ask Opie if, with that voice, if he was going to be a witness in the Michael Jackson trial.
All right, Jesus.
Leave Opie alone. I loved him when he sang in Merciful Fate.
That was awesome.
That was a funny bit. And
like
we weren't
that.
allowed to throw that on our Demented World CD because it was a little...
Why? Too racy?
Yeah, well, it was a little too outrageous, according to Dave Dickless.
Dave Dickless, who was producing the CD.
Right.
Didn't think that should have been on there. A little too racy, guys.
A little too crazy, guys. A little too crazy. Chester.
Hey.
Hi,
Chester.
Chester. Hi, Chester. How are you, Chester? I miss you. Why do you have to eat Opie's prime rib?
Was that Opie doing the mom's voice, too?
All right, Jesus.
That was awesome. We have your mom on the phone.
I've never told that story. That's the most amazing part of it. I've never told the story.
There is no story,
I've hinted at things.
There's no story, right?
I've hinted. I said this and that. And for some reason, now it's a whole story.
Yeah, it certainly is.
And matter of fact, I think there's a song about the whole Chester ordeal.
There is.
From Slim Shitty. Is Slim Shitty here? That's Slim Shitty?
Is he involved in any kind of hip-hop war or community? Any sled being slung?
He did a...
Slim Shitty. Hey, what's up, man?
Oh, I remember you. You came in with a awful song last time.
An awful song?
Do you remember?
Which song was it?
What was it?
It was the Monster Rain song is what I came in for last time. The last song I sent you was the Ben Sparks Herky Jerky song.
Which one? The one we use?
Yeah, the one with the fast talking at the end. And
Do it. I'm not even sure. Is it this one? I'm not even sure.
Herky Jerky.
No. This one?
No. The one with 50 Cent.
Oh. It was so good we decided not to use it, I guess.
Ouch.
Where's the Ben Herky Jerky? Oh, all right. This Slim Shitty did this. Well, I got to do this first. So.
Yeah, you got to do the first, but then.
Hold on.
Get the.
No, I have to do I have to take it off CD and throw it on T News 1 if I'm gonna do this.
Herk, jerk,
all right.
herk, jerk, herk, jerk. Ben Sparks is herky jerky. Wave his arms around like he's herky jerky. Convulsing on the ground cause he's herky jerky. You know that he don't give a fuck, he's herky jerky. Don't mistake him for a bum, ODing on some drugs. He's moving all around cause Ben Sparks is what he does. He's in a gossip thing cause he needs to know the buzz. And giggling like a girl, motherfucker, just because. He's a man about town, finding parties on the street. Unless he's had some crazy insane sushi to eat. Then here comes Gravy Leg, better move out the way. He'll be going through a pound of toilet paper in a day. And looking at his hair is gonna make you stop and think, did he wipe it on the floor after someone spilled a drink? If you watch how he moves, you'll be thinking he's smoking a crack. Herky jerky on the phone, smaller than a Tic Tac in studio. He'll be yawning during O&A show, cause all night he's been chatting about Tom Brady doing blow. Back in Boston, them drunks will tell you Ben's we can piss her, cause Ben heard Kurt Schilling had sex with his sister. Ben's mule is scary, man, he's got Superman jump. His jeans are looking mean like a cancerous lump. Now Ben is red, yelling at Jim, yelling at O.
Dude, relax. Just concentrate on doing the fucking show. That's crazy insane. It's crazy insane. It's nuts. Dude, did I tell you about Tom Brady doing blow off this bitch's back? It was fucking great. We're all in the fucking club drinking fucking come on. Yeah, dude, do you like my new hairstyle? It's called the Hurricaniac. Opie, I was just fucking yawning. I didn't have any sleep. I was out looking at Bono under the fucking bridge. It was fucking crazy insane. It's nuts. It's crazy insane. It's nuts. Everybody was there.
Anyway, so I walked in and I was oh, no. And I'm like, first thing I was like, oh, no music. There's like some cheese laid out and stuff. My friend's talking on K-Rock and there. And it's like start cranking up, the show a little bit. Whoa, there's a baby that lives downstairs.
Hey, that's pretty funny, man.
That was really funny. I forgot about the ending of that one.
Yeah, we
got
gotta play that one.
Voice one. And then he takes the Ben clips and puts them all together.
Yeah, we got to play that one from time to time. I forgot all about that. Some shitty. That's really good.
It's an oldie but a goodie.
Yes, and you flew in from Florida?
Yeah, well, I came up for my wedding, actually.
Oh, that's right. We were talking about your wedding.
Yeah,
we were trying to talk you out of it, right?
Yeah.
We always do that. It's a public service we feel compelled to do every time we hear some sucker being married. But you're being married up here?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, that's where all our family lives. We were
Whose
raised
family?
Up here. Mine and hers.
Oh.
We were raised up
in
here.
upstate?
Well, she was living upstate. I was living in Long Island.
Long Island. So, but the wedding is where?
Upstate.
Yeah, that speaks volumes.
They're
right
paying
there.
for it, so they can have it up there.
They're paying for it. You eat it.
So it's upstate. Where upstate, by the way?
New Windsor.
New Windsor. Yes.
It's a good hour and a half.
Would you have rather had it on Long Island?
I would have rather gone to the Justice of the Peace or flew to Vegas.
See? Even the Vegas thing is kind of cool.
Yeah, why not?
The Vegas thing is turning out to be real cool.
Got more legs than it used to, you know. It's not a guaranteed flop wedding if you do it in Vegas anymore. A lot more people are doing it. Yeah. Should have done that. But no, big thing? Is it a big wedding?
120, 130 people.
What kind of hall you get up there in New Windsor? Is it like a hunting lodge? Paneling and animal heads on the wall?
It's a real catering hall. They got a real nice and cheesy elevator that comes up from the bottom of the floor. I don't think we're going to use that.
Oh, where the bride and groom can come out of the floor.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that's a good one.
Rock and roll.
I'd pay for that. See that one.
Yeah.
That's good. Now
the applause will start as the elevator starts to come out for the new married
smoke
couple.
machines and bubble
brand
machines.
new Mr. and Mrs.
Smoke machine and bubbles as the elevator's coming up?
I can only assume,
yeah. You can only assume to cover up the mechanics of it. There's smoke, and then all of a sudden the bride and groom is there. That's good. And then a lawyer comes up from another one, serves you those divorce papers.
Dressed as the devil.
Another big freight elevator comes up so you can put your money on it, and then it goes away and you never see it again. That's fascinating. Good stuff.
But then there's the one elevator that's really helpful. That one goes to the bottom of the ocean.
Another little small elevator for maybe another visitor. Another little guest of the elevator.
Hey, Slim Shitty, sit down because we have to go right to the phone.
Oh, we do.
We have a very, very, very big star on the phone. A very big star. Ladies and gentlemen, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. Dwayne.
How you guys doing?
The Rock. Long time no talk. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing great. It's good to talk to you guys again.
yeah. As he laughs through that. Because I know you're probably doing the satellite tour today where you're making a lot of phone calls, and you probably saw our name on the list and went, oh, these guys again.
No, but the truth of the matter is when I saw the name, I was like, guys, listen, I got to go in. I actually requested to go in live, but because of my schedule, I couldn't.
Oh, that's very cool. We'd love to have you in, man.
We will, for sure.
We had you on before you a huge movie star now. Jesus Christ. You know, everyone was saying that you'd probably take off, and look, you did it. Now, how are you involved in wrestling?
Well, really not that much at all.
Yeah.
Contractually, I was done with them last year, and that was it. And just moving on, I appreciate everything that I was able to do, and I appreciate the relationship I have with those guys.
I heard that the contract just kind of ran out, huh?
You know what? That's what happened. It went down in a way that was not only disappointing, but that kind of pissed me off. But it was just one of those things that ran out, never got contacted, not a goodbye, not a thank you, not a good luck, not anything like that.
Why is that?
And it's really, really weird considering the family history. And we talked about that the last time I was in there. Because my grandfather wrestled for Vince's dad. I wrestled, and my dad, of course, wrestled. But it's fine.
Was there some animosity, maybe some animosity because of your success, and they maybe attribute some of your success to the wrestling and feel like you're abandoning them or something?
I don't think so. I hope not. I don't think at any point anybody thought I was abandoning them, especially from a company standpoint, because I would always go back in my spare time.
Yeah.
Whenever I had a moment to go back, I would go back to do my job in terms of helping the company and always giving back. I went back for WrestleManias. I went back for television appearances, anything I could do just to go back and help out.
So have you spoken to Vince recently or no?
No.
Wow.
No, not at all. I think probably about a month and a half, 2 months ago.
I was reading something where Vince was saying that they're going to try to work something out with you. I swear to God. Oh, really? That was him just spinning it a little bit?
Too, like, it might have been page 6 or something like that.
Oh, okay. The reality is, man.
Somebody was saying that I guess they were blaming it on the postage.
Really?
Like the postage wasn't there. Whatever it was.
Postage.
Something insane. Who knows?
And the weird part is the WWE needs you. I mean, the ratings are down these days. You were there when it was just absolutely huge.
One of the superstars.
Of course.
How do you deal with using the name The Rock? Because I know Vince is really protective of...
It's still a dual ownership. Like, he has the ability to use it in terms of... say, for example, we want to make an action figure or something like that.
How did you work out getting part ownership in that, though? Because doesn't he usually
That was like a couple of years ago. We sat down, and by the way, I've always had a great relationship with him and a great partnership. And we talked about that, and he knew then what I wanted to do with movies and continue to make that transition. And that was a couple of years ago, around the time that The Rundown came out.
Yeah.
And we just made that agreement, and that was it.
Wow, that's pretty good for you, though, because it would have sucked if you had to if The Rock had to go out under the name Joni.
Did you see China's sex tape?
No.
Oh,
you didn't see it?
No, I heard about it.
And we
X-Pac.
We love Joni, man. She's been on the show a lot, but Anthony and I are like, what are you doing?
Wow, any ounce of dignity that she had left was just gone.
It's out the window. How was it?
Oh my God, it was really it was unique. Let's just say she has a body that is very muscular, so that's a little odd to see nude. And then her private area, there was something going on there that. It was a little masculine looking.
Dwayne, it's as big as a thumb. Really hot. Yeah, and one of the guys that does the show with us, Jim Norton, he loves that on a woman. But
that's nice.
It kind of horrified Anthony and I.
Oh, here, Vince has a word for you.
You're fired. You're fired.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You don't need that anymore anyway. You're a big movie star. You're in the remake of Get Shorty, Be Cool.
It's not a remake, it's a sequel.
I'm sorry, sequel. I'm really under the weather today.
The remake was Walk and Talk.
And you play a gay character, right, Dwayne?
I do, yeah.
Ooh. And you're getting rave reviews in the New York Post today. Did you read that yet?
No, I didn't get a chance to.
It's pretty hilarious. They have a picture of you with your afro and your blue your powder blue suit.
Yeah, that hair is something on you, man.
Looks good, right?
Looking good.
And what, you play a bodyguard or something that's gay?
Yeah, it's me and Vince Vaughn. We're partners in the movie, and I play a guy who's this badass guy who's kicked a lot of ass, but at the same time happens to be gay and wants to entertain the world through song and through dance.
Great.
It's hilarious.
That's pretty good. You didn't have to do any kissing scenes or anything, did you?
No, I didn't have to do any kissing scenes.
Yeah, that's a little rough. I've seen a few of those on screen, and it's like, it's painful to watch.
Well, they have Frank DeCaro in this article talking about how hot you are as a gay guy because he's gay.
Have you gotten a lot of letters from gay guys saying they were impressed with your performance?
No. Yeah, you know what the truth is I think I've gotten a lot of positive reviews and positive letters actually from the gay community because I think they just appreciate the fact that it wasn't turning anything into a mockery or turning into a Saturday Night Live skit or anything like that.
Not over the
top. Trying to play it as straight as possible, no pun intended.
Right.
Well, Frank DeCaro, he says in this article, not only can we smell what The Rock is cooking, we can see what he's stirring it with.
Oh, God damn. You're wearing some tight pants in some of these scenes?
That's the problem. When you wear the tight pants.
I think he's claiming that you got a huge hog there, Dwayne.
Huge hog.
And then he goes on and he says, he's like 9 feet of Polynesian god, yelps DeCaro. He's delicious to look at. And that thing he can do with the eyebrow. When he does that, there's a 14-year-old girl in me who's seeing the Beatles for the first time. I really want to scream.
Wow.
So you're getting rave reviews from the gay guy.
Frank is like uber gay. We've had him on the show.
Oh, that's great.
Really, really gay.
So you're not going to be at WrestleMania?
No, I don't foresee that at all.
Okay.
I'm just looking at some of the other movies you have coming up. Doom?
Yeah, I got Doom coming out.
Doom, a great game. You
in August, yeah, and it was great writing. We had a great writer, and rated R, unapologetic, just like the game.
Good.
It's so funny because I remember last year Ben Affleck, and I like Ben. He's actually a cool guy. He's like, listen, I never want to blow anything up again. I don't want to shoot any guns or anything like that. Well, I love blowing shit up, and in this, in Doom, it's a consistent blowing shit up and just. I'm sorry about the cussing, by the way.
That's fine. We're on satellite radio, my friend.
Oh, good. Fuck it. I mean, yeah.
Exactly.
I love hearing the stars curse.
Yeah, that's good. That you're a guy that gets on screen and kicks some ass. So what? Ben Affleck actually said he doesn't want to get on and blow stuff up anymore.
Yeah, I guess I don't know what happened.
What was his reasoning?
I don't want to blow anything up. I don't want to shoot any guns anymore. Or anything.
Oh God, he went Hollywood.
I think he's got to go back to drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get that drinking and guns.
He's got to go back to living in Boston.
And then we got Johnny Bravo. Is that the cartoon?
Got a little, yeah, that's a cartoon. They're rewriting it right now. It's actually really, really good.
Doing that?
Funny. Really,
wow,
really funny.
Man, you got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 films in pre-production. You're hot.
I got a lot. I'm
along.
Lucky, man. I really got good people around me. I got some good material too, which is tough.
You still hang out with any of the wrestlers?
No, but probably. I keep in contact with them from, let me see, Kurt Angle to Chris Jericho. Usually just those two guys.
What about Mankind?
Mick Foley?
Yeah, Mick Foley.
He called me about, say, at the end of last year. He's a great guy.
Yeah, we love
What'd you think of Triple H and Blade?
I never saw it. I was over in Prague. I was filming Doom.
Really?
Yeah.
Look at you in Prague filming Doom. Couldn't catch it. No movies in the hotels over there?
Yeah, no, not that one.
It's not going to be a sex tape featuring you?
Not that one. There was many other different types of movies, but not that one.
I hear you.
Yeah, you're a family man. You got a 4-year-old now, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, she's 3.5.
3.5. Congratulations, man.
Wow, look at that.
All right, Rock. Well, it sounds like the movie's going to be a smash.
You know what? I hope so. I got a chance to see it. Really, really funny. And
well, I'd love to get Shorty. That's one of my favorites. So,
when's it come out?
Yeah, so it's basically obviously the same character with Travolta, but a cast of other characters around him to really, really make it good.
Cool, man. We'll go see it.
When does the movie come out?
The movie comes out tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, next time you're in New York, come on by and say hi. We're having a lot of fun with this satellite radio.
I would love to, and congratulations, by the way. I was reading about you guys. It's awesome. And next time I come in, we'll do a great interview.
Yes.
What? Why are you laughing? We're over all that crap.
No goddamn troublemaker sitting in on the...
I was greatly misinformed last time.
Yeah.
No, we were too. Whatever. It was a misunderstanding, but we're past all that.
It's all good.
It's all good. We'd love to have you in here, Rock.
I would absolutely love to, and I will definitely next time. I appreciate everything.
All right. Thank you, Dwayne.
All right, boys.
Man.
There he goes. Go see Be Cool starting tomorrow.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
We should explain for the new audience. We had a very uncomfortable moment with The Rock.
Very uncomfortable.
We really thought we were going to get beat up.
Get the crap kicked out of us.
Because we had a great relationship with the WWF, WWE, and The Rock came in, and we had a killer interview, man. And he was our favorite character or whatever wrestler back then, and we were just really, it was just...
He had a lot of heat back then.
Yeah, the chemistry was just great. We were having so much fun, and we invited this guy that did a wrestling website, Sick Boy, and all of a sudden, Sick Boy did a lot for the show, so we're like, hey, Sick Boy, you want to ask The Rock a question? And all of a sudden, The Rock, his whole mood changes.
Oh,
and
in a second.
He goes, you're Sick Boy from that website?
He went, you motherfucker!
And I guess it turns out that Sick Boy on this website... And we, honest to God, had no idea. Had a lot of, racist stuff on the website.
A lot of racist stuff about The Rock was on this website.
Oh, wow.
And, The Rock found out about it, knew who this guy was, knew the website, knew the stuff that was written on the website, and thought that this guy was part of our show. He just came in, Sick Boy, because he was a fan of wrestling and wanted to sit in. And, us, we're like, yeah, come on down.
Yeah, listeners are hanging out all the time.
Yeah. So he came down, and Rock thought he was part of our show, and we were in cahoots with that and the website, and just all of a sudden it just turned. It was really bad.
He goes, if you guys are associated with Sick Boy, this interview's over. Or something like that.
Nothing to do with it. Yeah.
I don't want anything to do with you guys, and pretty much walked out.
It was done. The interview was done.
We were trying to explain, but there was no explaining at that point.
No.
So then
over the years, it got settled, and he realized, people had told him, no, that he's not part of the show, and everything's cool.
That's
now.
why he was laughing when he said, I'd love to come in.
Yeah, let me come in. So you have sitting there, we'll invite David Duke in to sit down and interview him.
Why would Sick Boy show up if you knew you wrote racist? Why would you show up and confront a 6'5" guy you wrote racist stuff?
Here's the deal with Sick Boy. He ran a website. He wasn't writing the racist stuff, but he wasn't taking it off of his website.
Right, it was a message board or something.
And he had no idea that The Rock was reading his website.
Right, and Sick Boy was a huge wrestling fan.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he was coming in to confront The Rock at all.
Okay.
It was just a major misunderstanding. And Eric just found the clip.
Yeah, just go to foundrymusic.com in the search, just type in The Rock. It's right there.
Just type in The Rock and it'll pop right up, right?
Yeah.
If you go to foundrymusic.com, if you want to listen to some O&A history.
There you go.
It's very uncomfortable.
The Rock says you're a racist.
All right, why don't we take a quick break?
Oh, that would a lot of people saying it would be interesting to see Poe versus The Rock in the security room, with all that The Rock would have to go through.
Right.
And then Poe and The Rock. Who would you take? Fight Poe and The Rock. I have to, I definitely respect Poe's skills, but I have to go with The Rock.
The Rock is so big if he grabs you, but then again, guys who can really grapple, and I mean guys who really can fight like that, the bigger you are, they don't care how big you are because they arm lock you and they do things that will just snap bones quickly.
That's true. I've seen like the Gracie family on the
140-pound guys.
Fighting. Yeah, little guys that take out big guys. But I don't know. Yeah, I think if The Rock gets you though.
Yeah, The Rock's an athlete. He's not just a big dope. I mean, he's a guy who fights and throws people for a living, so he also has skills. I don't know. We should ask Poe about that. I'll go in there and ask him.
Well, when The Rock comes in, we'll just say it's getting hot in here, and then we'll say, The Rock is trying to assault us, and
Poe turn down his monitor in there. I'm not fucking with 6'5" Rock. Right. Let it be hot, stupid. Open the window.
he turns on the AC unit for the studio.
I'm sorry, it's hot in there, boys. I wanted a picture with Dwayne before he ripped your heads off.
And Funky Treasure from CringeHumor.net is saying, great relationship with the WWF. What about the time Stevie had to choke the life out of Opie?
Yeah, that was a bad scene, too.
Yep.
Because I got cocky.
What happened?
You did. You can't talk smack to these guys, or else they will.
He cracked something in my throat. Dead serious, like my voice box or something. It was the most uncomfortable feeling I've ever had in my life.
Well, why would you?
And it took 2 weeks to go away.
Why would you allow him to put his arm around your neck?
We were at the River Rave in Boston, kind of backstage hanging out, and he was there, and we were filming something for the website or something.
Yep.
I don't even remember, or some maybe I think it was for TV.
Yeah, it was some wrestling thing.
Some piece they were doing. Oh yeah, it was going to be part of one of the wrestling shows.
Yeah.
And I got real cocky, and like I could get, and he called me out on it, and he goes, "Oh yeah," and he threw me in a chokehold, and lifted me right off the ground by my voice box.
That happened years ago with what's his name, the comic?
Dick Cavett?
No.
Dr. D. David Schultz did something.
Belzer, Richard Belzer.
Oh yeah, Belzer.
Richard Belzer had a talk show, and he had the Hulk on and Mr. T, and the Bells just kept saying how wrestling is fake and isn't it fake, and wanted these guys to fess up that it's fake. And the Hulk got up and said, "I'll show you how fake this is," and put the sleeper hold on him and choked the Bells out. And just you're watching TV, you watch the Bells just collapse on the stage. He let him out of the sleeper hold. The Bells pretty much came right back to life. He was all woozy, looked in the camera and said, "We'll be right back after these." And it went on for years, lawsuits and everything. And Belzer actually got a settlement from both of them.
Yeah. Well, today's wrestling is not like your father's wrestling. I mean, as you want to claim it's fake and all that, which, it pretty much
is. They present it as sports entertainment.
Yeah, but they beat the crap out of each other. We know these guys well enough that they're getting, bruised pretty, they're getting messed up pretty good in the ring.
When they're flying off of ladders. Oh, here's Opie being choked.
Right.
Wow. Holy Jesus!
Yeah,
your head is like a bobblehead doll.
Yeah, no.
I never saw that.
And look at my pal Anthony climbing on his back.
I climbed up on his back trying to get him off of Opie, but it wasn't happening. Look at this choke he puts on.
Dude, that's the real deal.
And he shakes your head. Look at Opie's head shake. Look at this big goon choking you.
Dude, that was the real deal. And Anthony at this point thinks it's kind of, whatever.
I was just trying to distract him.
Yeah. Yeah, play it again.
I'm like a fly.
Where's this on? FoundryMusic.com?
I'm like a fly.
What do you have to do to find this clip?
We're going to put him up on Opie Anthony.
All right, we'll raise him to the top on opieandanthony.com.
He knocked me right off his back like nothing.
Did you see that?
He just goes whoosh with his arm.
If you want to find the clip, just type in blabbermouth gets choked. Why would you mouth off to someone like that?
Dude, I was.
Dude, he is choking you.
It was really bad. No joke.
He
really
gave you
bad.
whiplash right there.
Really bad. No, and I couldn't talk for like 2 weeks. I mean, I could talk, but it was really, really painful.
Yeah.
Extremely painful.
Who did David? What was his name? Dr. D was the guy. David Schultz, who choked a reporter. Who was it that he choked out? Was it Geraldo? Or one of those guys who was saying wrestling was fake?
Couldn't have been Geraldo.
All right.
Might have turned around and shot him.
Why don't we take a quick break and then we'll continue. We got Slim Shitty in the studio.
Ooh.
We'll play his latest creation. Ooh. And are you going to put the rock clip up on opieandanthony.com too? Mm-hmm. All right, the old rock clip. But you got to make sure people know that everything's cool. But
is it on video?
The rock clip? No, I think that's just audio.
No, there's video.
Oh, there's video too? And then you'll do the choking out on opieandanthony.com as well. Quick break and we'll continue with Slim Shitty.
Life in corporate America can be a grind.
All they do is they remove the humor from everything.
And you don't want to worry about your behavior around the office becoming a problem.
I'm standing here with this erection feeling silly.
You're gonna need some sound advice.
Talk less and suck more.
From a qualified professional.
I'm a stand-up comic who hates his own guts.
New from the HIV Corporation. It's the Jim Norton Sensitivity Handbook.
Sensitivity training. Maybe you could send someone from Human Resources in, and they can tickle my bag a little. I can go, ooh, very sensitive area, and then they can leave.
Jim will help you construct a business plan.
Greed is good.
He'll guide you through the hiring process.
Hire all fat chicks if you don't want them harassed.
He's also a whiz at customer relations.
Here's what you do, stupid. When they complain, you go, click. You take the phone. Click.
Ladies will also enjoy Jim's wardrobe recommendations.
You send them to training to not have those big tits showing during the workday.
Jim is also an experienced marriage counselor.
How could you marry a chick that won't drink out of your mule?
And he can help mend even the most fractured of family relationships.
I killed my wife with a hammer.
And he'll also assist with time management.
1:30, Human Resources attempts to talk about sensitivity training. 1:35, they are wiping saliva that Jim Norton has spit on them off of themselves as he walks outdoor. End of meeting.
Call 1-800-LOG-DROP for the Jim Norton Sensitivity Handbook. Order today.
Meeting adjourned.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Are you breathing? Are you breathing? Now, wake up. Are you alive? Will you listen to me? I'm gonna talk about the freaky. Now, someone is gonna die. Will you listen to me? The living die. Say, wake up. Are you alive? Will you listen to me? I'm gonna talk about the freaky. Now, someone is gonna die. Will you listen to me? The living die. Say, are you breathing?
You're checking out the Opie and Anthony program on XM. The virus is spreading. Oh, it's spreading. Is Howard listening to our show at this point? I know he has XM. It's like 2 weeks behind us on a lot of stuff. It's getting a little strange.
Yeah.
A little strange, Anthony. A little strange. Stop, Jimmy.
I was thinking I wanted a Pop-Tart.
Stop. Do you really want one?
Please.
Anthony, look at him.
Well, I want a Pop-Tart. I just want to... What? Thanks.
Stop with the banana.
I'm hungry.
Pop-Tart. Would you share one of those with me?
Yeah.
And they're 2 in a pack?
Yeah, you take the first one.
No, why don't we all have Pop-Tarts?
Oh, God. He's deep-throating the
Yeah, where's
banana.
Is Travis around to cook up some Pop-Tarts for us?
There you go, Jimmy.
Here, cook up some Pop-Tarts. Slim, you want one?
That's all right.
All righty.
I don't need them cooked.
No, you got to cook them up.
No, you don't.
Eat it raw.
Travis, could you cook these?
Yeah.
Thanks,
Don't burn them.
Oh, I won't.
You know what happens.
Do you have some more water?
Sure.
Yeah, I could use some more water, too.
More for the boss, quickly.
Also known as agua. All right, so we have Slim Shitty in the studio. Getting married, blah, blah, blah. No one cares about that.
In 1984, John Stossel told wrestler Dr. D he thought wrestling was fake. I guess Dr. D attacked Stossel, yelling, "You think it's fake?" And, choked him out. Stossel sued and won $425,000.
Damn it, I could have made a lot of money. You got to see this video.
Dr. D was fired by the WWF. You probably could have.
I probably could have sued.
Your head, it gets rocked. Like, as he's choking you, you're getting whiplash because he's moving his big, meaty hand.
And we have a video of it. That would hold up in court big time.
Well, not anymore.
Dude, you know what? I had to take my beating because I went after him verbally, and so there you go.
If I could make some cash, believe me, I'd poke The Rock in the chest. I'd take a good smash to the jaw.
Would you?
Oh, my God, yeah.
Would you?
Wake up 3 weeks later, a millionaire.
Well.
All right, so what's the deal with the new song, Slim Shitty?
You know, the 100% honest is that I just wanted an excuse to come up here and see you guys again.
Oh!
But
it is a treat to sit in with us, isn't it?
I thought it was a treat to sit in with me.
Watch us eat.
I know, we're just...
Right, watch Jimmy deep throat a fucking banana like a... Look at him.
That's what a log looks like.
Jimmy spit out Pop-Tart, you ass.
Get my checkbook.
That's how it looks? Jesus.
It's standing out of your mouth.
Hanging out of his mouth.
No, I'm on my back. I don't want to swallow it.
Aww.
Do you really do that?
No.
Of course not.
No, Mom and Dad.
You know what's funny is every day we have listeners that kind of check out the show. We have like, I guess that would be the studio audience out there.
Mm-hmm. Courtside.
The seats are empty today, but on a regular basis, there are people that just sit and watch us do our show, even though they see our lips moving and then there's a delay, so it doesn't sync up really.
Yeah.
But they check out the show. And I notice a lot of them walk away going, oh, that's it?
That's it?
It's better to hear it through your speakers, I think, at home.
They expect a 3-ring circus to get a fucking buffet.
Yeah.
Us eating.
So us eating, him complaining he's not feeling well, Aunt not moving for 4 hours, me pissing every 3 seconds and shitting like I have cancer.
Yeah, there is some weird stuff that goes on during this show. Anthony literally does not get up from his seat for 4 hours.
I troll the internet during break.
Every opportunity during the break, it's 30-second breaks.
And I'm trolling.
Every chance I get, I jump up and do something.
Yeah.
Walk out of the studio, take leaks, whatever.
Yeah.
Usually it's Jimmy and I taking leaks. Talking about how the show's going.
And when you look through the office, you see Ben, and you look like you're looking under his head under a magnifying glass, and then you realize, no, that's just how large it is.
Well, that's true. You do not get up.
No, I sit here and I read.
All right.
I have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 browsers up today.
Yeah.
And I go through them.
All right. Do you get the story about the doc busted in the...
Yeah, there's all kinds of things. I'll just pop up. I'll go to the movie sites and, look at what The Rock is up to.
Yeah.
Before we do the Rock interview, so I'm constantly doing research.
All right, why don't we play Slim Shitty's latest creation? He's getting married, so what the hell? I think
bachelor party set up, dude.
Tonight.
Tonight is your bachelor party.
Doing a little Italian restaurant thing with a limo, and then we're going to Cafe Royale.
Cafe Royale. Farmingdale?
A little VIP treatment.
That's that place isn't topless, is it?
I'm pretty sure it is.
It is?
Yeah.
So I remember I went there once and they were dressed in like bathing suits.
Unless something's changed in the last 2 years.
Oh, okay,
It's one of my
that's
favorite
cool.
places.
That's cool. You go there. Nice. Get your friend, hook anything up? Is there going to be any whores?
I don't know.
You don't know. Have fun.
Yeah, sounds...
The bachelor party.
Sounds great.
How many guys?
10, including myself.
10 guys.
10 guys all just...
Wild and crazy men.
Getting horny.
Those look a little dark on top.
No, they look a little light on top,
A little light?
actually.
I saw a little... Oh, those are the holes that the filling is coming out
They
of.
look too much like Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
I want him to look like Halle Berry.
Halle Berry? That's a good way to put it.
Thank you, Travis. Thank you so much. All right, so here's Slim Shitty. I hear it's a song about Chester.
Yeah, I already hit up Jim with the Monster Rain, and then Ben and Anthony. I could have, I guess, with the Beverly Hills stuff, but I didn't have enough time, and Chester was pretty much out there. So
Chester.
Right. This Chester thing's taking on a life of its own.
Unlike Chester.
I've never told the story.
Or Don's dog.
But people have kind of pieced it together, I guess.
Uh-huh.
With the little hints I've given. And
yeah, you had to be a regular Columbo. Jesus.
Dinner on the floor, foot and liver. Wait a minute.
Dead dog.
You know when you come home from work with some food on the mind, and then some fucking mutt has to go and steal it? Well, there's only one thing to do. What's that, oh? Who kicked ya? Knocked a little sliver from his liver, but he still grabbed the beef, that fucking mutt thief. It's on, Chester, fuck all those little doggy treats. Listen for my feet as they're swinging for your teeth. Your yelping won't help, I can hear your heartbeat. chasing you, making you dog meat. The hammer's about to drop as I hear a knock knock.
Chester, come downstairs and kiss your mom.
Gonna get it now, no time to think. Gotta find a box of water, make this bitch a drink. The bitch already drunk, no need to postpone.
3 rights, make a left. I wanna go home.
Sneak a peek at Chester while he's chewing on the bone. Picturing what I'ma write on his tombstone. Here we go. He stole my dinner, kicked in the liver. Should've done it like Scott Peterson and tossed him in the river. Hope delivers, I meant what I did. If little Chester fucked the dog, I would've killed his kids. Now I daydream, concoct schemes. Kicking Bob Kelly's dogs would make me fucking cream. Everyone around me thinks I'm fine, but I'm wishing I could plant my boot in a dog spawn. And I still persist. Bob Kelly's dogs is the next on my list.
Can I kick your dog? Not hard, I just want to tap it, just annoy it a little bit. How about I just flick his belly with my finger, just like...
Why would you want to kick my dog? My dog, it weighs 9 pounds.
I know.
There's no way you have that much control in your foot
just to
kick it a little tiny bit.
I just want to poke it.
You're not going to kick my dog, you ass.
Just a little.
What's wrong with you?
Just a little bit.
You're sadistic.
Hey, that's not bad, man.
Very good.
Slim Shitty, everybody. That's aight.
That's aight. Very funny. I like that. I like the mother-in-law character that you put in there. Very funny. 3 rights make a left. I want to go home.
Oh, Pop-Tarts are back.
Ooh. Oh, how are they now? Well, kind of getting there. Sort of a Sinbad.
I think you're pushing your luck if you go any more in there.
You think?
Yeah.
They're going to come out burned, believe me.
Oh, forget it.
They look like that dude that plays basketball. That he has a little black blood in him. He has like the black afro, but the rest of his body's like white.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Are they good hot?
Yeah, I think I'm going to enjoy these. Thank you.
Ooh.
You got to watch, though, because it could go...
a piece of one. I already had one.
Here.
In a matter of seconds, it could go from Halle Berry to Lou Gossett Jr. That's it.
Mickey Rivers.
Mickey Rivers.
That's my favorite of all time.
Is that filling hot?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
All right.
Weird.
Careful. Careful now.
Don't want to burn yourself, Hope.
No.
Very good. Okay.
I like it. You don't have to smack when you eat.
Good on them.
Where are your poker chips today?
Hey, why didn't Tommy Lee do our show today?
Oh, no. Look at, they're on Regis.
These sellouts.
Tommy Lee does Regis, but he won't do this show?
I like your tattoos.
Yeah, because we pissed him off.
I threw in a little aside about Motley Crue yesterday, I guess, ringing the stock exchange bell. Apparently, I was on the train this morning. I heard 2 guys probably working on Wall Street saying that Mick couldn't make it up to the bell because he's got a bad hip.
Yeah, his bones are like graham crackers.
So he couldn't make it up the stairs to go ring the bell.
No, he's in really bad shape. Really bad. They don't even know how they're going to do the whole tour
He's
with
hunched
this guy.
over all the time. He can't straighten up.
It's actually really, really sad. But Tommy Lee, look at you.
With Regis. Really dark, man.
Now tell me, so you got the herpes, the hepatitis. What disease did that whore give you?
Give him a real interview. Oh, he's doing the rock fingers, the pointer and the pinky finger. You're on Regis.
Please tell me we're taping this. We have to.
I absolutely want to hear this.
Please tell me we're taping this.
Can't we just turn the volume up and play it?
No, we're not. I don't know why, but we can't do it.
What if it's in the background?
I mean, Regis talking to Motley Crue. You know he has no idea who they are.
You're the Motley Crue.
He probably just calls them the Crew.
The Motley Crue. So what is that? How long have you guys been together?
First Larry King and then Regis. Boy, they're really fucking hitting all the hard rock circuits.
Yeah, really rocking.
Vince and Mick couldn't be here because they're doing The View. What the fuck happened to this band?
Oh, that's awful.
It happens. I tell you, I have an album out. Forget Me Not, you sightless twat.
Forget Me Not, punch that twat.
I remember one time I woke up with a heroin needle stuck out of my arm. I was snorting ants with Ozzy. I was a rocker back then. So, Tommy, how big is that hog? I hear it's giant. Go ahead, take a look at his hog. What's her name, the whore that he's with there now?
I don't know.
Kelly?
Kelly Ripa.
His hair looks good, Nicky.
Kelly Ripa, why don't you rip her twat with that huge monster?
All right. Cafe.
You make me feel so young. Tommy Lee's so hung.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, you know this just stinks, this interview. I can't wait to play it.
does.
Hopefully tomorrow, no? Or later today? Maybe we could get it on before we get out of here? That'd be great. Even just a piece. We just need a piece.
Just a piece, Hawk.
Tom, what's up?
Yo, Tom
Hey.
from Long Island.
Yeah, what's up?
Hi.
I have a tattoo on my penis. It says okay. And then when I get excited, it says Oklahoma.
Go ahead, fast, Tom.
Hey, that bar in Long Island's closed. That topless bar he was talking about.
Oh, really?
Yeah, don't go there no more.
Oh, they put clothes on?
No, it's done. They're closed.
Oh, closed? Wait a minute.
Prostitution.
You got a bachelor party going? You're supposed to go to a place and you don't even know if it's open?
I requested the place. I wasn't the one planning the party.
Closed for prostitution.
Let me tell what you do. Here's what you
Closed
do.
for prostitution. Over and out, guys.
You know how that you know where the obviously the Long Island Expressway is?
Yes, I do.
Well, instead of going to the Cafe Royale, you keep going down the expressway a little ways. You get off at exit, I believe it's 51 Deer Park Avenue.
Okay.
And you take that to Jericho Turnpike. You just take it north on Deer Park Avenue. Once you get on Jericho Turnpike, you just go a matter of yards and look on your right. You will see a place called The Tender Trap.
Oh, I've been to I wrote a song parody about the Tender Trap.
The Tender Trap, my friend. You want Long Island sleazery, this is your place.
Really?
Nice
The
scarred
Tender
women
Trap.
with
Right.
They're great in there.
Go to The Tender Trap. You'll love it.
All right,
Just skank whores.
All the chicks have snatches like Snuffleupagus trunks.
Oh, they're awful.
I love that.
Oh. You gotta, when you sit at the bar, you gotta go and blow it. Like you just see pubic hairs flying off of the bar. Oh, right into the ice. It's great. I love it.
All right, here you go, Ant. I like this story a lot. It was in the Daily News today. Doc busted in patient sex rap. Pretty much every day there's one of these in the paper.
Guys that just can't control themselves.
A Manhattan plastic surgeon has been busted for molesting a patient who asked him to remove a scar from her lip. So this lady goes in, she's got a scar on her lip. The plastic surgeon's looking at the scar, right?
Sure.
Okay. The woman told cops Smith was examining her lip when he suddenly lifted her sweater and began fondling her breasts.
Wow. What's his name?
Dr. Smith.
You will be molested.
Oh, you know, I didn't even make that.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Yes, come to Dr. Smith. I'll feel your boobies. I can't take it anymore.
She must have had a really nice set.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't even like a gynecologist or, you know what I mean?
A dentist, she's out under anesthesia and you sneak a little feel.
Right.
This guy's she's talking about a lip. There's no way you could make a mistake.
You can't, there's no connection between the lip and her boobs in any way, but the guy just lost his mind.
Miss, I do see this scar. We could take care of this with some minor...
I gotta feel those tits.
Right.
He just lost his mind right there.
Just
I gotta touch those.
Just starts tuning in Tokyo.
Yeah. Oh.
Those are great tips to make you toss out 8 years of medical school.
That's it. You gotta feel them.
They must have been a great set.
And he's probably in his head like, I gotta fix her lip. How can I touch her tits, though? and explain to her that it's because of the lip. You know, there's a nerve connection between the lip and the breast area. I must check this out.
Please
look at that lip. Come here, closer. Closer, my dear. Yes. Well, that looks like a simple operation. That could be fixed with... Oh, I must grab your titties! Tweak those nipples! Oh! Your bosoms are as smooth as young William's bottom. Yes, but William's bottom doesn't have those pesky nipples in the way. Those are such a turn-off. Just hold your bosoms together, cover your nipples, and speak like a young boy. Yes, like Opie did at AAF. Talk like that.
All right. So, yeah, a Manhattan plastic surgeon has been busted for molesting a patient who asked him to remove a scar from her lip.
Medical school, schmedical school.
This actually gets better. The woman told cops Smith was examining her lip, when he suddenly lifted her sweater and began fondling her breast. The woman also claims Smith tried to remove her pants and thrust his body against hers.
I was protecting her. There was a creature coming toward the Jupiter 2.
Wow.
My gyration scared him away.
What a horn dog, man.
That guy just couldn't take it.
He just lost his mind.
He couldn't. Little Jimmy doesn't do that.
No, especially not with pants. A skirt you can just lift up and jump on, but how do you unbutton and unzip pants?
What is
Pulling
wrong
her
with this guy?
pants down.
He's looking at the lip. All of a sudden, he just pulls her sweater up, starts fondling her boobs, and then tries to rip her pants down. This is a doctor.
And me and a friend held a rock over her head, made her give us oral favors. Woo!
All right, and then it continues, but in a secretly taped phone call after the incident, Smith told the woman he had a good excuse for the surprise exam.
I gave her a choice. Sit on the sticker bushes or let me touch your boobies. She opted for the sticker bushes. Woo!
His excuse? He wanted to see if she had enough sensation for him to give her a tummy tuck, if she wished it.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. You might have to give her a tummy tuck, so rip her pants off and start humping her like a monkey. What an animal. That's great. You know, that is just some guy who couldn't take it anymore. Yeah, you know, you gotta sympathize with the guy. Sometimes you just look and go, I gotta touch that. I gotta touch that. And I don't know what steps in that keeps you from doing it, but somehow it didn't step in for him.
This story made me laugh all morning because, I mean, the guy just lost his mind.
Yeah.
All right, the interview's over. If we could get that tape really fast.
Let's get that tape for Earl, please.
I got to see what Regis.
That's wonderful. I'd like to thank Mr. Six for coming on.
Oh,
wonderful.
My God.
And they did do the rocker point at the end.
He did. You know what that horrified audience must have been doing? The old bags that go to see Regis, looking at those freaks, those aging rockers, the faded arms full of tats. Oof.
Tommy Lee is still a pussy, I gotta tell you. He'd rather do Regis than a national radio show that has an audience that may go out and see Motley Crue. Who the hell is going to see Motley Crue that watches Regis?
No one.
Nobody.
Larry King to interview you? Why?
And now, the Motley Crue.
That awful interview.
And we did try to get them, by the way.
I know.
And Vince Neil loves us.
He does?
Yeah, Vince Neil, he created the Wiffle Ball Bat Challenge.
That's true.
Because it was something they used to do on the road.
I heard you had taken credit for that, and he actually called Steppin' Out magazine and said, no, I invented the Wiffle Bat Challenge.
What a douche. Yeah, you got something on me. Whatever, dude.
Forget me not.
At least we didn't try to ever get Howard's attention by putting on a dress, you idiot. We made something out of ourselves without Howard's attention. Another story, Anthony. I think this is a sucks to be you story.
Yeah? We have one of those? Finally?
We haven't done a sucks to be you.
There's Unlucky Lottery and Sucks to Be You.
Which we think is... No, I guess it's not really the same thing, but it gets kind of confusing at times.
It is very confusing. I consider the Unlucky Lottery something that the odds of it happening are 1 in a billion, trillion, gazillion. And instead of winning the lottery, which are the same odds, this happens to you. A prime example is you're driving down the New York Thruway, and a boulder that probably had been perched on a hillside looking at dinosaurs decides when you're passing to roll down and crush your car and kill you. That is Unlucky Lottery.
But
it also sucks to be you if you're in that situation.
Right.
But it doesn't necessarily mean that every sucks to be you is also an Unlucky Lottery. The sucks to be you is something that happens that just sucks to be you. That guy that walked into the pizza place and got in a fight with the sister, and that big fat guy comes over and punches him as hard as he can in the face, that sucks to be you. Right. Is it Unlucky Lottery? No, it could probably happen 20 times in that same pizza place.
The odds of a black guy acting violent, that's, 2 to 1. Not exactly lottery odds.
Oh, my goodness.
Jesus.
So that's the distinction. This, I believe, is a sucks to be you because it really, the odds of it happening, though not very low, aren't all that high.
All right.
She's an old bag. Her skin is probably like silly putty anyway.
92-year-old woman impaled on faucet and saved.
Oh. That's terrific. That's terrific.
Uh-huh. Lee Majors was impaled on a faucet. Terrible. Well, you know, he's fucking... What are you going to... Eggnog came out of his junk. Well.
This is pretty whacked, man. For more than 6 hours yesterday, a 92-year-old Harlem woman banged on the walls and desperately screamed for help after she was impaled on a bathtub faucet.
Didn't she have a life call? I owe my life to it.
How are you impaled on a...
commercial.
How are you impaled on a bathtub faucet?
I don't know. It was one of those, as I could see, it's one of those oldie-time faucets where you turn it and there's like 4 kind of prongs
Gotcha.
on there. And one of them is facing up, and she fell, and her back hit it, and it kind of hung her up on a meat hook.
I was thinking hiney hole.
Wow.
I was thinking hiney hole.
I don't know if I look more for her or the poor faucet. Just to be stuck into a 92-year-old asshole.
Oh, wow. I didn't even think of that.
Might have brought back some nice memories for her.
Jesus. She remembers like...
when the Doughboys left for Europe.
Well, we don't prep for the show, so let's read on and see where it was impaled.
All right.
Between noon and about 6 p.m., residents ignored the noise. You got an old bag yelling and screaming and banging, and your neighbors are ignoring you?
Old senile woman. She yells that every day.
They ignored the noise, thinking someone was working on the plumbing at address here, blah, blah, blah. 2 neighbors finally used a key to get into the 8th floor apartment and found Thelma Riley naked.
Thelma.
With a 4-pronged, very good, Anthony, metal faucet knob stuck in her lower back.
Lower back. Could have been right at the tailbone or something. Oh, Jesus. Ow. Ah. Old broad trying to take a bath by herself at 92. Stop it.
Exactly.
They're always falling over. Oh.
Yeah, throw that in there. So,
old pretzel bones.
Yeah. You don't need to take a bath. Just rinse your twat out with the water out of a Sarkist can. A Sarkist.
Sarkist?
What the?
Are you being sarcastic?
As soon as I said it, I realized I haven't had tuna fish in years. I don't remember this name.
Sarkist.
What is that?
Yes, I prefer clicking of the sea.
Okay. Well, that's track 4, though.
Yeah, that's what you want.
What is that?
I want the whole thing.
The whole thing?
We don't have the whole thing?
This is the whole Larry King thing, yeah.
The whole what?
Larry King.
No, I don't want the Larry King.
No, Opie wants...
showed it to you. You said, okay.
Opie wants Motley Crue on Regis.
On Regis. Oh, you're still working on that?
Opie wants that.
Oh, yeah.
Motley Crue.
All right, no worries. So, she was lucky. It's a good thing she didn't bleed out, the fire guy said.
Bleed out?
Mm-hmm. She slipped and fell while taking a shower. Yeah.
How many hours was she sitting there?
6.
6 hours with a faucet knob in your back. 92.
Just stand up.
Just stand up. They have no energy, the old
lazy
folks.
old bitch.
Lazy.
Rather just sit there and hang like the guy in Goodfellas. Who was the one who found the meat truck? The one who wanted the car to warm up?
Yeah. Carboni or something?
Yeah. Put the coffee. Put the coffee back, that guy.
Yeah.
All frozen.
Hanging there all frozen. There she is for 6 hours, impaled on a faucet knob.
Firefighters covered Riley in a sheet and placed her on a gurney in the hallway. She was taken to Harlem Hospital with the knob still in her back.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean they had to take the knob?
Yeah, they had to
disconnect the knob?
Yeah, they had to take bolt cutters or whatever and remove the knob, and then it was still in her back. She's naked, and they had to bring her to the hospital that way.
That is truly a shining moment.
I
mean, but the movie, Shining.
You missed the part where the fireman couldn't take it, and he just grabbed her tits, and since her pants were already off, he just humped her.
Jesus. You're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. We're going to get a thing in here to pull this knob off the... I gotta feel those tits! Whoa.
That's exactly what went through that doctor's mind, though.
Lost his mind.
Imagine it's just like it's just another day at the office. All of a sudden, I gotta feel those tits.
Right. He's probably sitting there going through appointment after appointment, looking in the book, going, "Anybody wants a tit job today, so I can just feel up a girl? Anyone know? What do we got? Foot? Got a problem with a foot? I got a facelift. I got a scar on a lip." And all day he's waiting for the tits to come in, and they just don't.
Right.
Last appointment of the day, it's her lip. He's looking, going, I gotta feel tits today. Up goes the shirt.
And then he's trying to pull her pants down and hump her?
Figured he was screwed at that point anyway. You know, he's losing his license, his career's over.
Good point,
Why not
Anthony.
go for the gusto?
If he's married, his marriage is over.
Yeah.
Why not, right? Why not? Okay, we got a new production piece.
Oh.
Maybe.
Yeah.
If it cues up a little bit here for us.
Cue.
No, it ain't queuing up there, Eric. I don't know.
What is it?
I don't know.
Why isn't it queuing up for Opie?
What happened?
I thought we replaced the CD player.
You're kidding. I was just taking a bath. Oh, no.
All right, here we go. Brand new production, Anthony.
The faucet's in my ass. How did it happen? Give my condolences to the firemen.
Yeah.
Oh, it's cute.
That's still one of my favorites. All right. This is a new production piece by Martini Steve and our own Nathaniel.
Stop it.
Nathaniel?
Yeah, he's the tall intern. He's been
Oh,
with
that
him.
guy? I thought the other guy was Nathaniel.
No, that's Danny, I think.
Oh.
Danny,
All right.
Danny, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or Derek.
I'll get him.
No, Danny. Where's Derek? There's Derek. Okay.
That's his name?
Yep.
Yeah.
Derek?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay.
Nathaniel, Donald, and Derek are the 3 interns.
Is he a new guy? Why don't they introduce us?
Yeah, they've been working here, I think, a couple weeks.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. I'll get to know him
A couple
after
weeks,
a while.
5 months, I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
All right.
The National Board of Health and Lucky Fella brand suppositories bring you Your Body and You. Hosted by famed sexual behavior expert Professor Jim Norton.
I'm a perv and I'm weird, but I'm straightforward.
Professor Norton outlines his very hands-on approach to sexual education.
Wait till your kids are sleeping and just lay over one of them. They won't know.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
For example, the art of foreplay.
The first thing I do is go to the bathroom and take one of those 8 decibel shits.
Oral sex.
Why?
Sexual experimentation.
I was performing Tushalinga.
And sexually transmitted diseases.
I wish I had AIDS so I could bite somebody.
And for the grown-ups, there's also a segment on marriage counseling.
Honey, you're 41. Can I finally have the balloon knot?
He'll also stress the importance of lubrication.
You want it to sound like when your muddy boot gets stuck? Like a quagmire?
Another word to the wise from Professor Jim Norton.
Remember, on the face.
Hey, that's good.
That is very funny.
Remember, I'm the what? The last line.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
I don't know.
What?
Okay.
On the face?
On the face. Remember, on the face.
Remember on the face, right.
My God, that's funny.
Yeah, good job, Steve.
You say some really silly stuff, Jimmy.
I know, but when you take it out of context like that,
Yeah.
if I had AIDS, I would bite somebody under the certain conditions that could be.
I'm sure when you said that, it was in a context that was
That's
fine.
right. I was quoting Robert Reed, ironically enough. Watch what you wish for. LOL. Give me those ribs, feller. Oh, you don't need to. They're very apparent. Through your suit jacket.
I loved when they played the Brady Bunch themes in the final few episodes on a xylophone of his ribs. Just kind of... Yeah. Keep him on the show.
All right. I think we're pretty much done for today.
Is it that time? Oh, my goodness. Look at the time.
If you're getting ready for the replay because you missed the show today, we start the show off with a bang. Usually it's Ant and I just chit-chatting. A little small talk as we warm up, but today we got right into it. Something we're going to do from time to time, by the way, just to mix it up a little bit. Anthony.
Straight out of the gate.
Straight out of the gate, we have a really, really good show. So
Took off running.
If you're standing by, stay right where you are. All right? Don't check out the 90s channel yet or anything like that.
Same shit you heard 2 weeks ago.
No, they do a good job.
So what?
So what?
Buy the CD.
No,
fuck. Hey, this is that Christina Aguilera. Yuck. Shit. All of it.
It's not, though. That's the beauty of satellite radio.
I'm not saying...
That's on Robert Reed's ribs.
That was actually him coughing.
That's great.
Do we have any, what did we learn? All of these are good?
Ooh.
Usually, highlight it. Highlight the good ones for us. Oh, look at you.
Opie and Anthony University.
What's that? Oh, man, how much time do we have?
Come on.
How much time?
Pop it in. Pop it in.
Do we want to rush it,
pop it in. Screw what
I got to hear it. We'll play it again tomorrow
and
talk about it.
Yeah,
I just got to hear some of this.
This will be a tease for tomorrow's show. We have a huge show tomorrow, by the way. The girls coming in to do the vag pump.
Otto and George.
Otto and George, possibly.
Otto and George.
A couple other things I forgot already, but...
Pope Road concert.
Well, those infamous bad boys of rock whose albums have sold more than 40 million world.
Holy crap, you got his voice down. And
The guy's more nasal than ever.
I haven't heard him in a long time.
I have a bit of a cold.
Wyatt are back together again for the first time in 6 years, and they're tearing up arenas on their Better Live Than Dead tour. And here's the Motley Crue.
The Motley Crue! The Motley Crue, I knew it.
The Motley Crue.
Hey, how you doing? How are you, buddy? Hello, Nikki.
How you doing?
Hello,
Welcome
Nikki.
to the show.
Welcome to the show. Yeah, come on in.
Well, it's everything I thought it would be so far.
Yeah, awful. Already having fun this early morning. Sure. Yeah. So I'm glad you guys came. How are Vince and Mick feeling?
Well, look at his eye.
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah, see a little...
You should see those guys.
Oh, no.
Actually, no, it was a bad drumstick accident.
Really?
Yeah.
Bounced right off the thing and got you?
I do this trick where I hit the drum with the stick, and the stick flies up into the air, and the strobe lights are flashing. And I lost sight of it, and it hit me in the eye the other night.
I thought you hit yourself with your huge heart.
Does the show stop for a minute, or you just keep going?
No, we keep going.
Keep going.
Now, do you still drum almost nude? Because I want to know before I buy my ticket.
All right, we're going to have to get into this tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Save this for tomorrow.
Why did Ben send the note that Ben says tell Jim to stop bashing XM?
Were you bashing XM?
No!
Oh, you
We're
weren't.
just having some fun.
Oh, we're having fun. Stop
Really
it.
fast, Anthony. Once again, we're trying to get the band back together.
That's it. I'm out of here.